he's fine, and he is on the bench and ready to go tonight.
Good to have him back in the lineup.
And here we go from center ice. Mike Cazzola will take the face-off, and it comes all the way into the Comet zone as we start things up on Sweetwater ice. Up along the far side, Dan Milan unloads the puck, and he sends it right back towards the middle. Jason Binkley came off of his stick. Kyle Thomas back with it. Backhander over to Dan Milan, and Kyle Thomas all the way back over to Binkley. Now a cross-ice pass. Komets pick it up, and here's Jamie Shafsma.
Offside.
Just a step over. And yep, offsides is the call. That'll get a whistle and a break and a face-off just outside the Utah blue line.
Yeah, Utah finishes up here tonight. They get a day off, and then they're in Toledo, Cincinnati, and 2 games in Kalamazoo next weekend. So 4 games they still have out east here before they head back home. So nice way to do it. Get 4 or 5 games out of the way on a long road trip.
Now they'll bring the face-off all the way back in the Comet zone to the left of Hartzell. It'll be Mike Banwell, the longtime Reading Royal, in there, and he puts it into the corner. Trevor Cheek picks it up for Fort Wayne. Backhander up along the near side. Sean Szydlowski has got it. Gains his own blue line, goes right through the middle. Here's Trevor Cheek walking in, pushes it over. Didn't know, passed up the shot, went over to Thompson, and he couldn't connect.
It wasn't up with the play enough.
Over on the far side, Banwell tries to push it up to the blue line. Garrett Thompson holds it in. Back up top, and the puck squirts loose on the right side. Here is Bradford. Here's a shot, and Hartzell gets tested early.
Nice save.
Over onto the right side. Near wing picked up by Will Weber. Cross-ice pass, and here's Bobby Shea. There's a nice look. Number 17 back out on the ice. Comes up along the far boards. Pass is deflected, and Utah's offside.
In and out it came.
Travis Howe was caught behind the blue line. Puck came right to him, and our linesman blows the whistle.
Komets trying to stretch the ice out, playing wide, throwing the puck side to side, and letting Utah chase us a little bit right now.
Face-off just outside of the Comet blue line. Eric Bradford to take the face-off for Utah. The Komets win it. Out to Cody Soule. Here's Kyle Fulmer. Pushes ahead. Comes to Gabriel Desjardins. Desjardins cross-ice pass. It's going to be tipped, intended for Soule. Up along the near side. Desjardins got it taken off of his stick. Now to Friedmann. Far side. Komets got it. And there's
into his feet.
Offsides again. So a slow start here in the first period. No score. 18:30 to go in period number 1. Komets still without Gabriel Beaupre, who is on the shelf with a concussion. So the Komets still looking to get healthy here. As like you said, Robbie, we got a bunch of games coming up starting on Tuesday morning. Komets will be playing at Toledo at 10:35. That game will be heard on ESPN Radio 1380. And the puck is dropped in the neutral zone. Here's Jason Binkley for the Komets. Going to wrap one in. Comes all the way onto the near side, into the corner. Now up along the far side. Now it comes up to the blue line, and it's cleared out by Utah. Couldn't do anything with it, however. And the Komets offsides again as Kyle Thomas and Cazzola got trapped over on the far boards. So that just took 15 seconds off the clock, and a face-off outside of the Utah blue line. It'll be Mike Cazzola and Eric Higbee. They dig in there for the drop, and Cazzola comes out with it, but he couldn't skate free with it. Up along the far side, well, Wendell tries to get it up along the near wing, and he can't do it, and it's deflected back the other direction. Higbee up along the near side, lost it to Kyle Thomas. Now Cazzola looking for some help, drops it back to Binkley. Here's a shot, and Farragher got a stick on it. Back behind the net, comes up along the far boards at the blue line, and here comes Utah trying to break it out. They bring it into the Comet zone. Komets are back on D. Comes up along the near side. Nice play by Binkley. Pushes it ahead, and moving it forward is Kyle Thomas. Thomas over the blue line, cuts it back to the middle of the ice, tries to dish it down low. It's poked away. Thomas picks it up.
Looking for somebody.
Oh, he gave it up. Nobody on the near point, and here comes Utah. Up along the far side, they carry it in. Here's a shot, just goes wide. Far side again, Garrett Thompson gives it up to Will Weber. Weber over to Bobby Shea, knocks it off the end boards and sends it far side. Komets have it up along the boards. Here is Szydlowski. Pass too hot for him, and the Utah Grizzlies push it back into the Comet zone. Will Weber sends it around, has Trevor Cheek.
Good play out of your own.
Yep, picks it up, and here's Garrett Thompson. Thompson over the blue line. Thompson dangling it, puts it in. Farragher makes the save. Far side, Trevor Cheek gives it up to Garrett Thompson. Thompson with the game winner last night, or Friday night, gives it up to Szydlowski. Sid on the far side, over to Soul, one-timer, and Farragher with the save.
Good save, good shot, good play there.
And Utah, cross-ice pass, will bring it ahead. Picked up by Desjardins. Desjardins sends it all the way in. Komets get a line change as Utah has the puck in their own zone. Mike Banwell over on the far side. Higbee, and he finds the stick of Travis Howe. Howe at the blue line, comes off the boards. It's going to roll all the way into the Komet zone. Into the corner. Here's a centering pass. It's broken up. Another centering pass intercepted by the Komets. And bringing it ahead is Desjardins. Over on the right side.
Somebody.
Carries it over. Got a man on his back. We got a penalty called.
Pull down.
Yep, as Desjardins gets held down from behind. Eric Bradford. Well, he had Desjardins had a backpack there.
Yeah, he crossed the blue line, went wide. He was looking for somebody on the trailer, but nobody was coming up. Everybody was picked up. As he hesitated and waited to get close to the net, the defender finally reached out, grabbed him, and twisted him around, and that was enough for charging, they call it, or holding. Holding, I believe. Yeah,
holding is the call. 16-13 to go in the first period. Komets get the first power play of the game. And the Komets on the power play, 17th in the league. They've fallen off. They were towards the top 2 or 3 a couple of weeks ago. Komets 10 goals on 60 chances. So let's get one here and start this game off. Komets on the power play. Up top. Now over on the far side, Sean Szydlowski working the point. Needs some help. Got it taken off of his stick. Kyle Thomas comes in to help out to the blue line. And it's over the line just by inches.
Yeah, Szydlowski playing the point there, trying to keep it in. He pinched it and just got out between his feet, and their linesman called the offside. Lines will stay the same, except Utah, the Grizzlies, they change up to 2 forward men.
15:59 to go in the first. Komets on a power play. We're scoreless. Puck is dropped in the neutral zone. Here's Sean Szydlowski at the blue line. Angles all the way back, gives it up to Binkley, and the Komets will start this rush in their own end. Binkley over to Szydlowski, whips it around. Farragher tries to stop it, comes out into the corner. And the Grizzlies are able to clear it all the way out. Johnny McInnes with a strong clear. Comes all the way down, and here's Eric Hartzell. He will leave it, and here comes Binkley forward with it. Binkley to Kyle Thomas. Thomas at the center line, comes off the boards. Here's Garrett Thompson trying to sneak in behind the defense. Plays it off the end boards and cleared free. And that'll come down. Hartzell will stop it. Got a man on him, and he's got to put it in the corner for Binkley. Binkley along the far side. And he plays it to Desjardins with 1 minute to go on the power play. Desjardins to Cazzola. Tried to float it back to Desjardins. It was broken up. Comes up top of the blue line. And here's Mbach to Desjardins, top of the circle. Here's a shot that's knocked down. Loose in front. It's still loose, and now kicked into the corner. Desjardins up along the near side. And here's Mbach stepping up, comes down low, pushes to the front of the net, and he is cut off by Sam Wendell. Up top to the blue line, Cazzola. Far side, Desjardins. Desjardins over on the face-off circle. Now gets pushed wide. Over to Cazzola. Takes a shot. Knocked down. Cazzola in front. Here's the shot off the post. It is loose, and it comes down into the corner. All the way down. Chasman was sneaking in on that far side.
Yeah, he had the angle, and he's shaking his head right now. He couldn't put it between the post and the goalie.
10 seconds to go on the power play. Komets have got time for one more rush. And here is Cody Stoll off the boards. Oh, goes to Mike Mbach. Pass was broken up, and the Grizzlies have it in their own zone. Mike Banwell brings it all the way into Hartzell, and we're 5-on-5 with 14:07 to go in the first. No score. Up along the far side, it is controlled by Mike Banwell. Banwell sends it over to McInnes, and McInnes will send it into the Komet zone. Back behind the net, here is Hartzell. Comes up on the near side. It's Szydlowski. Cross-ice pass, and he's got a man on the far side, and it's sent all the way in. And it's dumped into the corner. Friedmann couldn't play it, overskated over to Szydlowski. In front, shoots, and a save made. Rebound comes out, and a score! David Friedmann with the goal. Komets working hard down low, and David Friedmann got the puck right on his tape, and he puts it in past Farragher. 1-0 Komets.
His second effort, too, on it. Nice play by Szydlowski to throw it over to Perriman. He took the first shot. The goalie made the save. He held his position, waited for the rebound, came out, and a little backhand up and over the goaltender. He gets the goal. Coming at 6:22.
Komets up 1-0 with 13:38 to go in the first. And the Komets this year, 8-2 when scoring the first goal. So that's an important one. As we come out to center ice, Komets with the lead. And the Grizzlies have got the puck at their own blue line as they look to get even. Puck comes into the Komet zone. Here's Hartzell. And we get the word on the goal here.
On the goal, number 19, Szydlowski. And number 27, Devin Mantha.
Mantha and Sid the assist. And Friedmann the goal.
His fifth.
Here's Desjardins at his own blue line. Sends it out. Here's Binkley. Binkley trying to get a hand on the defenseman. Here's a shot. Berger makes the save, and he throws that into the seats. Well, Berger, he started that playoff series last season against the Komets. He started game one. He gave up a bunch of goals, was pulled in the first period, and then we never saw him again because he was called up later that night to San Diego of the AHL. So Ryan Berger back in there after that playoff disaster for Utah as the Komets swept them. Shots in the game are 4-2. Komets with the edge there, and they also have got a 1-0 lead on the scoreboard with 13:01 to go in the first. Komets have it in the Utah zone. Here's a shot. Berger got the left leg out, and Mantha puts it in front of the net, and it's picked up by Utah. Coming up on the left side, they pop it into the Komet zone. Misplayed by Hartzell into the corner. David Fulmer goes for it, or Kyle Fulmer, and up the far side, out to the blue line. High slot, Utah's got it. There's a shot, knocked free, and it's blocked, and comes up top to the blue line. Stofflet, far side, sends it over. Now on the left wing, here's a shot, trying to get through all kinds of bodies, and it was blocked twice, up to the top to the blue line, and out of the zone. Sent all the way in, and it's going to be stopped by Hartzell. He will leave it for Cody Soul. Soul up along the far side, has Tony Cazzola all along, or Mike Cazzola up along the far side, and it comes along the near wing. Banwell, stick handles in his own zone, comes back behind the play. Banwell takes his time, gets a little bit of room, comes up along the near side, now cuts it back to the middle of the ice. They push it into the Komet zone. Binkley gives chase as John Pushkar is there for Utah. Komets have it. And here is Kyle Thomas. Thomas down the right side, carries it over the blue line, takes the shot. Berger, the save, big rebound coming out, and that one is blocked before it got through. Pushkar up top to the blue line. He is able to get it out of there. Jamie Shasma back for the Komets. Shasma to Cazzola, far side. Here's the captain, Shasma. Stick handles on the far side. Nobody home as the Komets caught in a line change. Cazzola comes up and tries to get it in deep, and he does. Along the near side, now it's Shasma with it. Pushes it over. Here's a shot, Berger, the save.
Shot. Save.
It was
Cheek.
Trevor Cheek. Cheek down in the corner. Comes up loose. Komets have it in front. Now back up top. Bobby Shea. Cross ice pass. Has Weber. Another save over on the near side. And going for it is Garrett Thompson. Picked up by Bradford. Bradford throws it in front of his own net over to Banwell. Banwell. Offside. The Komets are offside as Banwell sent it all the way to the Komet blue line, and the Komets promptly sent it back.
Passing pretty sharp right now. They're moving it well. Most of the passes on the sticks. And they've got the Grizzlies spinning their head a little bit right now, trying to see where it's going. But good movement by the Komets and good hustle right now with a 1-0 lead. Still 10:57 to go, first period.
1-0 Komets. Face off outside of the Komet blue line. And it belongs to the Grizzlies. Far side, they bring it into the Komet zone. Comes along the near side. They put it back over onto the far corner. And here's Fulmer. Kyle Fulmer at his own blue line. Negotiates the neutral zone. Throws it in. Comes off the end glass. And here's Mantha going hard for it up along the near boards. And it is Cody Soul. Sends it off the boards. And now Mantha comes in. It's going to roll to Berger, and he will cover it up and get a whistle. We'll take a break. Komets up 1-0. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Your love of gardening down to your children by letting them explore the garden with Midwest Gloves and Gear's full line of licensed kid products. Superman, Batman, Barbie, and Paw Patrol are just a few of the featured characters in Midwest Warner Brothers, Mattel, and Nickelodeon product lines. Gloves, hats, watering cans, buckets, tools, and so much more. When you need gloves and gear, think Midwest Gloves and Gear. Chillicothe, Missouri.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
1-0 Komets here in the first period. Shane Alvarani, Robbie Irons with you as Kyle Thomas gets tripped up in the corner, not going to get a call. Up along the far side, here's Cazzola. Cazzola in the Utah zone trying to float it to Kyle Thomas, and he does. Thomas goes back behind the net, looking for someone on the point. He's got Binkley. Cross-ice pass, and he sends it down again. Low, back behind the net. Cazzola. Far side, and the Grizzlies are able to get it free. Now sneaking up the left side, they get behind Binkley. Here's a shot. Save made by Hartzell.
Come out, challenge him.
That was John Pushkar who got behind the D, and the Komets have got it. They bring it forward. Here's Dan Milan, gets stood up, and it comes down into the corner. Over onto the near side, it's Bobby Shea, couldn't control it, and here come the Grizzlies on the attack. It's Bradford over onto the far side, carries it over, centers it, couldn't connect. Now over on the left side. Back up top, here's a shot that's going to go wide, and over onto the far boards, it's played. Komets go backwards with it. Here's Shea. Shea in the corner, flips it over to Will Weber. Weber here on the right side, pushes it up, looks for Garrett Thompson. He's got him. Thompson is on side, sets up, comes down low, looking for Szydlowski. He's got him. Sid has stood up on the plate, stays on his feet, over onto the far boards, and look at Cheek. And we do have a penalty called.
Delay penalty. Going to be to the Komets, I believe.
Going to be a flash.
Yep.
So the Komets, so Komets will skate shorthanded for the first time tonight. 1-0 is the score. Komets with the lead, and we got a timeout on the ice, so we'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Tim Hortons holiday treats? Oh, but there's so many. Okay, stay focused, Dave. Remember, it's for the office. Okay, definitely one peppermint hot chocolate, red velvet muffin. Ooh, I want a cinnamon bun iced coffee.
And some mint chip Timbits, and a gingerbread ice cap, and chocolate mint-filled cookie with peppermint bark.
Come into Tim Hortons and let our holiday treats bring out the child in you. At participating U.S. restaurants for a limited time.
I'll just take one of each, thanks. It's for the office.
And now, back to Komet Hockey.
Komets are up 1-0, and Robbie, they're looking pretty crisp out there, I'd say.
Yeah, the passing is very sharp right now. As they say, they got the Grizzlies running around a little bit, but they finally get a penalty. Cheeks gets a hooking call, and that gives Utah the opportunity on a power play. Face-off will be in the Komet zone. A long commercial break, and that gives each team a little time to talk to the coaches, figure out what they want to do, and they'll send out the lineups they want to match up with right now.
And now with this 2 minutes added to the Komets penalty total, they are back being the most penalized team in the ECHL. They're actually tied with Allen right now. So I guess that's not a proud mark to have, but I guess you're number one in something. So Cheek is out. 2 minutes for slashing. Komets will skate shorthanded for the first time tonight. Faceoff will be to the left of Hartzell. And down in the Komet zone, Shaspa in there, and the puck clears the defenseman all the way down into the Utah end. And the Grizzlies have it in their own zone as they will bring it forward on the man advantage. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Nice job by Bobby Shea, and he's able to get it into the Utah zone. Coming up on the left side. And they bring it into the Komet zone. Onside, Tim Daly brings it hard in the corner as Kyle Thomas pays the price as he unloads the puck. Comes all the way out to the red line. And Utah here running around here in the neutral zone, not sure what to do. Eric Higbee back for Utah. Comes to the middle of the ice, being chased by Shasma. Comes up along the far side.
Komet defense lining up along the blue line there, forced to dump it in. The man jumped the line, offside. That'll come back outside, and they'll change up lines, both teams right now. They didn't like that power play.
That was Will Weber. A nice job at the blue line. 8:24 to go in the first. 1-0 Komet. Face off outside of the Komet blue line. Sean Szydlowski to take it.
Will be Cole back on the point.
Sid and Eric Bradford. Pair number 19 jerseys out there. They dig in, and they will take the drop. And the puck is dropped, comes down to the Grizzly defenseman. Left side, going to bring it all the way into the Komet zone, and it's going to be knocked away by Hartzell. Tries to clear it, misplays it. Hartzell has to come all the way back and hit the Grizzly forward right in front. And he almost had an empty net, but Cody Soul comes in to help him out. And up along the near side, it's Banwell. Bradford down low, shot, Hartzell to save, down in the corner. 52 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Szydlowski. And Sid will float it all the way in, and Eric Hartzell avoiding disaster.
Trying to do too much. Stop the puck. That's all you have to do.
And he tried to clear it himself, and it hit the forward right in front of the net, and he almost had an empty netter. Banwell got the puck taken away by Desjardins. Far side. Grizzlies get it back right at the logo at the center ice. And they bring it into the Comet zone. Back behind the net, it's Hartzell. Hartzell leaves it over onto the near wing, and the Comets clear it. 22 seconds to go in the power play. Comets up 1-0. And the Grizzlies skating with the man up here as Banwell goes behind its own net, gains its own blue line, floats it forward, and it's brought into the Comet zone, but they're offsides. It was knocked down by Shea.
Delay offside. We'll have time to bring it out.
Hartzell's got it with just 1 second to go on the power play, and that'll do it. Back to 5-on-5.
Even.
Shea gets the pressure behind the net, goes over to Mantha, off the boards, and now back at the blue line. Over onto the far wing, the Grizzlies have it in the Comet zone as Will Weber with a nice hit in the corner takes his man off the puck into the corner. It's played for Johnny McGinnis. Comets get it back. Bobby Shea tries to move it ahead, comes off the stick of Embach, and the Grizzlies have it back. They throw it into the Comet zone. Comets come back on D, and here is Bobby Shea. Shea sends it back to Weber. Weber far side over to Friedmann. And Friedmann lost the handle on it. Coming back is the Grizzlies. They try and center it. Going to be broken up by Shea. Over onto the far side. Now up top of the blue line. Here's a shot right on the money. And Hartzell makes the save.
No juggling that. No taking a chance there. Held onto the puck. He'll take the draw right now. Line changes for both teams at this point. 6:19 to go. Comets got a 1-goal lead coming at 6:22. Friedmann, his 5th of the season.
And the face-off in the Comet zone. Mike Cazzola will take it for Fort Wayne, and Travis Howe will be his opposition.
Drop the puck, guys.
Travis Howe over on the far boards was sneaking in there a little bit early. And now we're set, or maybe not. There we go. Now the puck is dropped as Fulmer got an early start there. Comets have got it in their own zone. It is Kyle Fulmer. Fulmer looking for Mantha, a little too hard off of his stick, and going back into the Utah zone is Sam Wendell. He plays it ahead over onto the far boards. It comes into the Comet zone. Here's Cody Soul. Gives it back to Fulmer at his blue line. Weaves through traffic in the neutral zone, carries it over the line, looks for Mantha on the right side. Mantha gets deep into the corner, gets decked, and now we've got a tie-up. We got 4 bodies down in the corner. Mantha gets it loose, but the Grizzlies have got the puck. Taylor Richard, far side, brings it up. And he passes it forward where Binkley is there at the blue line, stops it with his skate, and he drops it back to Cody Soul. Soul gives it a look, and he's got Chasma back to Cazzola. Cazzola got it taken away on the far side, and the Grizzlies send it back into the Comet zone with 5:22 to go in the first. Comets up 1-0. Chasma, cross-ice pass picked up in stride by Szydlowski, carries it over the blue line, looking to get a shot, and it's taken away along the far side, up top of the blue line. Comets still have it. Here it's Kyle Thomas tries to wheel it in where it's picked up along the far boards and floated forward into the Comet zone, up along the right side. Grizzlies have it. Up top here is a one-timer. That's going to be knocked down by Dan Milan. Up along the far side. And now they wheel it in over onto the near boards where it's picked up by Sid. Sid floats it in. Comets are going to be on sides, but going too deep for it is Chasma. Puck was rolling on him. He would have been free of the goaltender, but he couldn't flatten it out. Comes up along the near side, picked up at the red line. Again. Comets have got it. And here's Cheek, top of the circle, stick handling around the defenseman. Gets it on Farragher, comes up top to the blue line. Cross-ice pass going to be tipped out of the zone.
One too many passes there. Needs a shot.
Bobby Shea has a man. It's Desjardins over to Thomas. Top of the right circle. Moves it over to the opposite side. Coming in. Here's a shot. And a save made through traffic. And coming back the other direction is the Grizzlies. Top of the circle in the Comet zone. Here's a shot that's deflected. Comes down into the corner as Will Weber has got it. Plays it off the end boards. Here's Bobby Shea. Back off the boards again with 4 minutes to play in the first period. Cross-ice pass comes off the boards, and that's going to come down. No icing on the play as Farragher tips it into the corner, comes up along the near side, and the Grizzlies have it. Out to the center line, it's Eric Higbee carrying it into the Comet zone. Higbee goes deep into the corner. He's wrapped up by Cody Stoll, comes off the boards, and all the way up to the blue line, the Comets have it. Here on the near side, Friedmann double team as he crosses over the blue line. Dishes over. Here's Thompson with a shot. Save made. A rebound comes all the way out. Thompson grabs his own rebound.
Coming up.
Onto the far side. And a delayed call. Here's the shot right on the money by Cody Stoll. Farragher with the stop. Delayed call coming up. We'll take a quick break. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Ready for a new apartment? You don't have to look far. St. Joe Place has everything you could ever want in an apartment complex. Internet, cable, washer, and dryer. It's all included in your monthly rent. There's also a basketball court, an outdoor grilling area, pool, and hot tub, and the list goes on and on. St. Joe Place is leasing 2- and 4-bedroom apartments and now offering 3 bedrooms. Living at St. Joe Place Apartments, you'll quickly realize how great the staff and apartments really are. Call 444-3000 or visit stjoeplace.com. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
John Pushkar, 2 minutes for slashing. The Comets on their second power play of the game. They're up by 1, and they've got a man advantage. Here's Kyle Thomas over to Cazzola, and that one is tipped out of play. So the Comets falling in love with the pass here tonight, as they're doing it very well, but we got to get some more shots on net. Yeah. Comets have put 10 on Farragher as of this point here in the first period.
Yeah, we had 21 shots in the first period the other night, only 10 so far this period, but we need a little more shooting, especially on the power play. We're trying to set up that perfect pass, and sometimes it doesn't happen. So they got to be patient, but get some shots out of this.
Comets have it in the neutral zone. Here's Embach. Over to Shafsma. He will wheel one around, and Desjardins awaits it. Comes up top to Cody Stoll. Stoll, cross-ice pass, got the captain back to Stoll with a shot, and right on the money, and Farragher hangs on.
Embach standing right there, tried to hit it out of the air with a stick, but he missed it. Farragher stood up, made the save. He's played pretty sharp in this period. That's 11 shots, and there's been pretty well 4 point-blank shots at him that he's come up pretty strong. This will be his 15th game of the season, so he's their workhorse right now.
And he's a AHL caliber goaltender, as he was called up several times last year. And Farragher sets up top of the paint over onto the right wing. 2:57 to go in the period. Comets up 1-0, and they've got a power play up top of the blue line. And here's Binkley. Eyes it over to Kyle Thomas. Oh, he misplayed it. Comes off his stick and all the way down into the Comet zone. Kyle just took his eye off the puck, and it rolls to Binkley. Binkley has got it. Skates behind his own net. Still 1:16 to go on the power play. Bringing it through. Here's Garrett Thompson. Thompson trying to get through traffic. Had it poked away. Comes along the near side. Now back to Thompson. Thompson comes over. He shoots, and a save made back behind the net. Thompson backhander up top of the point. Here's Binkley. Binkley takes a shot
to the net
and knocked down and right into the glove of Farragher, and we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, Binkley, nice wrist shot from the point as he was moving to the right. Let it go. Got it on the net right through the screen. Again, they're trying to wave it and knock it out of the air, but the goaltender stood back there and made a nice save. Faraday.
Face off to the left of Farragher with still 58 seconds to go in the first period, or in the power play rather. 2:20 to go in the period. Comets up 1-0.
Plenty of time to work on this.
And Cazzola will take the drop. Comes down into the corner. Stofflet up along the far side for Utah. Can't clear it. Up top, and here's Cody Stoll over to Cazzola on the right side. Return pass to Stoll. Stoll takes a shot. No, it's tipped by Embach, and it goes wide. Comes along the near wing. Now back into the corner. It's Mike Embach. Upstairs, here's Cody Stoll. Back over to Embach. Top of the right circle. Winding up. Farragher with the save. And the rebound comes out to the far boards. Here's Cody Stoll. Drops it down low. Has Shasma. Comes off of his stick. And it's wheeled around by Banwell. Up top to the blue line. Back over right side. Here's Cazzola.
Looking for a shot.
Taking a shot. And Farragher with the save. Well, you're not going to fool this guy. He's a big guy. You got to get him moving around.
Yeah, we're not getting anybody in front of him. That's the key. We're trying to knock it out of the air with the wrist shot, but we're not doing that. And Farragher standing right in there, stood his ground, made the save, no rebound on it. Change of lines. 16 seconds power play still for Komets.
1:38 to go in the first period. And the face-off in the Utah zone is going to be Mantha. He was acquired earlier in the week. This is just his second game as a Comet. And the puck is dropped, and Utah clears it all the way down. Hartzell will stop it with 10 seconds to go on the power play. 1:30 to go in the period, and bringing it forward is Shea. Shea over to Mantha. Back over to Friedman, and Utah promptly sends it down. Here is Bobby Shea. We're back to 5-on-5. Shea's got it in his own zone. Over to Fulmer. Fulmer brings it right up the middle. Fulmer, look at Fulmer. Over to Mantha, and Mantha will get it deep into the corner. Back over to Friedman. Friedman along the far side. Komets have got 14 shots on net. To Utah's just 6. And
last minute.
1 minute to go as it slips forward into the Komet zone, into the corner. We got a big pile up. Now it comes loose top of the circle. Utah gets it in deep. And now back up along the far side, it's Bradford. Bradford looking for somebody. Has Bobby Shea. He intercepts the puck. Over to Fulmer behind the net. Wheels it around here on the near side. Szydlowski takes a bump from behind with 34 seconds to go. Komets trying to get it out of their own zone, and that's what's going to happen up along the near side. Komets have it, and it slips into the Utah zone. Puck rolling around, comes back behind the net. Tim Daly for Utah. 20 seconds. And he dishes off to Helgeson, and it's intercepted by Cazzola. The Komets are offside.
Late offside.
And now Daly back for it for Utah with 10 seconds to go. Flips it ahead, knocks it off the glove of Shasma. And coming in, here's the shot, and a save made. And Hartzell on Helgeson makes the stop, and that'll do it for period number 1. And the Komets 1-0. And the Komets look like they pretty much dominated that first period. 14 shots on net, a couple power plays, but we only got 1 goal on there.
Yeah, puck control is the name of the game right there. They moved the puck around, held on to it quite a bit, made some pretty good passes. Didn't take a lot of shots when they maybe should have. They had 2 power play chances, and they got some shots off of that. The offense from Utah was basically on their power play. They had 3 shots on their power play, 7 shots in the whole period, with 3 on that power play, and 1 was a miscue by the goaltender back there that Cody Stoll covered up for him and helped them out and cleared the puck for him. So other than that, play it patient, get some more shots, and put the puck in the net, guys.
We're at the end of 20 minutes to play here at the Coliseum. Komets up 1-0. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Hey, Komet fans, we know you'll cheer for the Chevy and GMC pickup trucks made right here in Allen County. The 2017s are at the dealerships now with features that other trucks can only dream of. Chevy and GMC full-size pickup trucks have been assembled by union labor in Northeast Indiana for over 30 years. They are made by the proud men and women of UAW Local 2209. American-made quality and workmanship are the cornerstones of the United Auto Workers. That quality can be in your hands when you stop by your Chevy and GMC dealer to test drive your next truck.
We all have our mountains. The challenge is to push us further. At Coors Light, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. That's why all of our breweries cold lager to give Coors Light its signature crisp taste. It's why we cold filter to ensure brilliance and clarity. And it's why we package cold to seal in Coors Light's refreshing flavor. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn. The puck has dropped on another Komet season. And what better way to get ready to watch the K's than with a pregame party? Aunt Millie's Buns and Rolls and your party spread will put the biscuit in the basket for your guests. To face off with some great sandwich ideas for your party, visit AuntMillie's.com. Whatever you put inside the sandwich, it's always a winner when you include Aunt Millie's Buns and Rolls. And speaking of winners, go Komets!
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local, independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Life can be unpredictable. One minute everything's fine. In the next, you have a kid with a fever and it's already past 5. That's when you need Parkview First Care. We have extended hours, including evenings and weekends, convenient locations, and Parkview Physicians Group providers to make your whole family feel better. When you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG community of care. Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going.
If you're looking for a way to see the Komets for less, then you'll want to read all about it. Find coupons on Komet ads in print editions of the Journal-Gazette and News Sentinel for seats in the Fort Wayne newspaper's extra section for only $8. Save $5 per ticket with your extra section coupon. For more information, check the latest edition of the Journal-Gazette or News Sentinel, or visit Fort Wayne Newspapers downtown on Main Street. Pick up your coupon today for extra special savings on the Komets, courtesy of the Fort Wayne Newspapers Extra Section. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report, presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum, Shane Alvarani with you here this evening with the Komets up 1-0. And now I am being joined by Pat Miller of Whoa. And Pat, it's a frosty night outside. The snow's falling, but that just means it's hockey season. But glad you are here, and it is penny pitch night. So why don't you, you know, I've been around a long time. A lot of people in the community know about penny pitch, but I think everyone needs to be reminded the good that penny pitch does every year.
Penny pitch is something that's been around for almost 50 years as part of Whoa. It all started with people literally pitching pennies because they tried to raise money for a handicapped young man who needed a special kind of typewriter that cost about $1,200. And back in the day, that was a lot. Jay Gould said, hey, I think a lot of you people out there have enough pennies. We have enough people listening. I think we can do this thing. And they sure did. Well, last year, we had 4 charities that we raised money for, and we ended up raising $140,000. And then Brigadoon Fitness matched us dollar for dollar, so we were able to present $280,000. Well, what they're doing this year, Shane, is Brigadoon has decided to match again. So everything that we're doing, we were out at the Phil's one-stop gas stations on Friday collecting money from people. The good people at Phil's dropped the price of gas 10 cents a gallon for the 3 hours we were there. And then over and above that, they decided this year to donate 10 cents a gallon. So that's very helpful. We've got penny pitch tonight here at the Komets. We collected money from all the good people coming in. They're going to let us be out there again so we can hit the people again on the way out. And then coming up in 2 weeks, we're going to have the phone-a-thon, which is Thursday and Friday, but we're hoping again for just a great number. We're helping Super Shot, which helps with vaccines, adult vaccines also, but primarily children, ages 0 to 18. People that can't afford them, parents that have lost their insurance, guys that have lost their jobs, and so their group insurance doesn't pay for it anymore for their kids. And then also we're helping Community Harvest Food Bank, and everybody knows about the great work that they do. When I talked to the people Friday from Community Harvest, I was stunned to realize that since they were formed in '83, 11.9 million pounds of food to 90,000 unique individuals. So that doesn't count repeats.
Right.
That's absolutely astounding to me. Jane Avery did such great work there for years. She's gone now, but the great work goes on. And we and Brigadoon Fitness are standing by to help again. It's going to be awesome.
Fantastic. Penny pitch has been around a long time. It's one of the, the longest running charity functions, here in Fort Wayne, and it continues. Pat Miller is my guest here. And Pat, while I got you, I would be remiss not to mention Bob Chase.
Yeah.
You were a long time at Whoa, so was Bob, and I'm sure you spent a lot of time with Bob. So let's share a little bit of memory about Bob.
Well, I'll tell you, it was, and and I'm enjoying being up here with you. But it was, it was always my great joy every year at Penny Pitch to be the one to come up here and talk to Bob during the break. Of course, I used to tease him. I used to say, Bob, because if you've ever been out here to the Coliseum, folks, this perch is way up here. And I used to accuse him of making up stuff because I said, you can't be calling that. I can barely tell the ice is down there. But Bob was always so involved in everything that we did and Penny Pitch. In fact, it was one of the 3 memorials that they asked for that the family said, if you're going to get something in Dad and Granddad's name, make it Penny Pitch. My greatest memory of Bob was September 2 years ago because I'm highly involved with the Honor Flight. In fact, the Honor Flight was another one of the charities that he had asked for. But with Honor Flight 2 years ago, Bob Chase was my veteran. I was his guardian on that flight, and it was just amazing. And every once in a while, guys like you and me, we're on the air, and we think, hey, some people know our name, and they care who we are. We came off that plane back at the airport at Fort Wayne, and I came walking down the middle of the airport. There's 3,000 people there to welcome us home. And when people saw Bob Chase, dude, I wasn't even in the building.
Oh, that's pretty much all of us, and that's right. Bob Chase certainly a very special man to all of us.
And I still expect the studio door to kick open and have him come running in there during a commercial break going, have I got time to record my comment? And even if you didn't have time for Bob, you'd make it.
That's right. That's right.
2 extra commercials so you could get him recorded.
Yeah, it's going to be still a long time for me. I expect for Bob to come up these stairs to the press box and me sitting in this chair, me jumping right up and say, Bob, I just kept it warm for you. Let's go have a good game.
Well, and let me say this, and we say this a lot. There'll never be another Bob Chase, and that's really true. But I'll tell you what, Shane, I've been listening to your broadcast over the last few weeks, and man, what a great job you do. You're becoming a terrific asset for the Komets.
Thank you so much.
And I think you'll probably be around as long as Bob was.
Oh, I hope so, because you get in this chair and you realize why Bob did it for so long. It's so awesome to call Komet hockey.
And you always want our team to win, but whether we're on a winning streak or a losing streak, this is still a unique organization in a terrific town. There's nothing like Komet hockey.
That's right. Matt Miller, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's. Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's.
I bank with Fifth Third because I like to be one step ahead. I RSVP before I receive the invitation. When psychics want to know their future, they consult me. And because I know things before they happen, I'm the undefeated world champion at rock, paper, scissors. That's why I get Fifth Third instant alerts from Fifth Third Bank. They monitor my account for suspicious activity, make it easier to track my money, and help protect me from fraud before it happens. I'm already up on the fashion trends for 2017. Hope you like acid wash jeans. Every February, groundhogs ask me when spring will arrive. And sometimes I carry an umbrella on perfectly sunny days because I know things meteorologists don't.
Stay one step ahead with award-winning Fifth Third Instant Alerts and protect yourself from fraud before it happens. Instant Alerts, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Member FDIC.
Keep your staff connected with Motorola two-way radios from ERS OCI Wireless, like the Komets do. ERS OCI Wireless is located on Earth Drive in Fort Wayne. They're a Motorola partner providing wireless voice and data systems to public safety, education, healthcare, and enterprise customers throughout Indiana for the past 68 years. Reach out to ERS OCI Wireless at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.ers-oci.com.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2, Fort Wayne.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, where the Komets are up 1-0 on the Utah Grizzlies. We are going to the second period, and we got a chance here to take a look at the Meyer out-of-town scoreboard on a light Sunday afternoon in the ECHL. We've got one final. It was Brampton over Elmira in overtime, and then we've got a 6-3 game at Manchester over Kalamazoo. Manchester with the victory, and then also a final. We have got South Carolina 2, Greenville 1. And right now, the Komets of Utah, the only two teams still in action this evening. Don't forget the simple savings you get with Meyer M-Perks digital coupons and rewards. Sign up today at mperks.meyer.com. We'll take another break. We're in the middle of the first intermission. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
It's Ryan and Casey from Glummer Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and we're ready for the holidays with our Black Friday sales event going on now. Casey, get us going.
Let's start with the 2016 Dodge Journey. This vehicle is a versatile crossover with room for 7. The new Journey has muscle with great fuel economy. You can get 500 miles on one tank, and right now the 2016 Dodge Journey is just $219 per month.
That's low. How about getting ready for the snow and ice, because it's going to be here before you know it. You can get a brand new 2016 Jeep Cherokee for only $261 a month.
And during our Black Friday sales event, drive an awesome Ram 1500 for only $270 per month. Ram trucks are the longest lasting trucks on the road today, and we have the largest selection anywhere.
We also have great deals on the new Chrysler 300 and Dodge Charger. It all starts when you shop online at GlummerDodge.com.
Ryan, you'll find over 700 vehicles at GlummerDodge.com, so you're always going to find what you're looking for.
Cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. They're all on GlummerDodge.com.
Or just come see us for a test drive.
It's the Black Friday sales event at Glummer Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram under the giant American flag on Coliseum Boulevard, and always online at GlummerDodge.com.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani with you here tonight. 1-0 is the score. Komets with the lead. Komets with a big win on Friday, coming back from behind, looking to make it 2 in a row against the Grizzlies. Komets 1 goal in that first period. David Friedmann, his 5th of the year at 6:22. Sean Szydlowski and Devin Mantha the assists. Ryan Farragher, goaltender for Utah, has seen 14 shots. He's turned away 13 of them. And Eric Hartzell has been a perfect 7 of 7 through the first 20 minutes to play. Utah 0 for 1 on the power play. Komets 0 for 2. Utah 4 minutes in penalties on 2 infractions. Komets 2 minutes in penalties on 1 infraction. And that's what has happened so far. Second period coming up. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
With 22 locations throughout the state, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown Komets team and proud of our roots. For more than 30 years, we've helped thousands of Hoosier families establish their roots with a mortgage loan. When you need a mortgage that is simple and straightforward from a name you can trust, be sure to stop by any of our offices or go to www.ruoff.com. Ruoff Home Mortgage is licensed by the Indiana DFI, license 10994. This is not an offer for extension of credit or commitment to lend. Equal housing lender.
Hi, Komet fans. This is head coach Gary Graham. Everyone at Texas Roadhouse would like to give a big yee-haw to the Komets and their fans for voting Texas Roadhouse as the best steak in Fort Wayne. And as a thank you, just come in and visit Texas Roadhouse on game nights and receive your complimentary blossom when you wear your favorite Komet jersey. Check out the Komet Corner at Texas Roadhouse, home of the fall-off-the-bone ribs and hearty steaks made from scratch sides, fresh baked bread, ice-cold beer, and legendary margaritas. Be there on game days with your favorite K's jersey and receive your free blossom from the Texas Roadhouse. Go Komets.
If you're driving down the road and your car dies at the light, you know you've got to make it here, cause we can make it right. Bumping, thumping down the road, transmission's about to blow. We're the ones to fix it right. We're the name to know. Russ Moore. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
If you suspect a transmission problem,
Come in and talk to the trusted leader in customer service for over 50 years, Russmore Transmission.
Russmore Transmission. We're geared to get you going.
Call Russ Moore at 482-9414. We're on Coliseum Boulevard West and in Warsaw. Or visit us at russmore.com.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
I bank with Fifth Third because I don't wait for anything. To get downstairs faster, I replace my staircase with a fireman's pole. For me, every hour is rush hour, and the early bird never gets the worm because I beat him to it. Yes, I don't wait for anything. That's why I use the faster mobile app from Fifth Third Bank, which lets me do things like check my balance without logging in. To save time, I put zippers on my button-down shirts. I tune into game shows just for the lightning rounds, and my high school graduation speech was quite brief. In fact, it was a haiku.
Bright future awaits. Never surrender. Dream big. Congratulations.
Take the weight out of banking with Fifth Third Bank's faster mobile app, which lets you check your balance without logging in, transfer funds with fewer taps, and deposit checks without pushing a button. Mobile banking, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Visit a banking center or 53.com to open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Member FDIC.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani, Robbie Irons here tonight. We are underway here in the second period. Komets are up 1-0. Penalty coming up. Penalty right off the bat is Utah coming down, marching down the ice. We got a slash going to be on the Komets.
Yeah, the back checker got a little aggressive, trying to catch up to the one man. He threw the puck across in front of the defense and took care of him. But as Binkley came back, he got a little wood on somebody, and that was enough to draw a slashing penalty. Grizzlies go on the power play. Second time this game.
It is the second power play for Utah. Binkley off for his slashing. The face-off to the right of Hartzell. Komets up 1-0. 19:35 to go in the second. And Trevor Cheek will take the face-off to start up this penalty kill for the Komets. Comes up top to the blue line. And over on the far side, now back up top to the point. Cross-ice pass, a shot, and couldn't get much on it. That was Auban, number 9, comes down into the corner, back behind the net, and up along the far side. Utah working it at the blue line. Vanwell, got his pass taken away, and all the way down, and picking it up. It's Szydlowski, short-handed chance, tripped up from behind, penalty called.
Yeah, he got yanked as he went to take the backhand. And probably a good penalty for the Grizzlies as Szydlowski was right in.
Penalty shot.
Yeah, penalty shot they're going to call on him. As he went to take the backhand shot, he got yanked pretty hard. I thought he was maybe at the side of him, but the referee saying he was behind him and took him away from the thing. And that's enough for it. Penalty shot. Szydlowski will get it.
And this is the first penalty shot of the season for the Komets.
Here we go.
Had one against them against Tulsa. But Sean Szydlowski got hauled down from behind, picks up the puck at center ice, dangles to the left, comes across the blue line, in on Farragher, dekes around, score! What a move by Szydlowski, top shelf off the backhand.
Yeah, pulled him one way and stopped quickly, went back to the backhand, flipped it up as the goaltender's momentum took him to the left. Szydlowski went to the right, nice backhand penalty shot goal. That coming at the 53-second mark.
Szydlowski's 10th of the season on the penalty shot. First one of the season for the Komets, and they're up 2-0. Komets back to being shorthanded, however. 19:07 to go in the second.
Yeah, that's penalty shot, shorthanded, old bit, that one.
And Utah's got the puck in their own zone as they look to regroup here on the power play. Moves it on the right side. Cross-ice pass coming forward. Coming in on Hartzell. Here's the shot. Nice job by Cody Soule getting the stick on it, and it grabs the back screen.
Yeah, took the winger wide, kept him out there as he took the shot, got the stick out in front, deflected up over the screen, avoiding the shot on the net. Good play, Cody Soule.
Face off to the right of Hartzell with 1:19 to go in the power play. Komets up 2-0.
Grizzlies still not credited with a shot on net on their power play.
Puck tied up in the dot. Now kicked up top of the circle. Comes in front of the net. Komets dump it off the boards, but they cannot clear it. Comes along the right side. Here's Taylor Richard. We got another penalty called. This one's going to be on Utah as Daly grabs the puck. Referee blows the whistle. Hooking is going to be the call.
Yeah, Rickard, he's going to go in the box. That'll nullify the 109, and we'll play 4 against 4 for a 109. Then the Komets will go back on power play. Face off all the way down into the Grizzlies zone.
18:42 to go in the second, and the face-off in the Utah zone. 4-on-4 hockey. And it always opens things up a little bit when you got a team passing as well as the Komets have been this game. This is prime time to get another goal.
Well, originally, when the power play started with the Grizzlies, you thought they were going to take off, but the Komets have got a penalty shot goal. Now they're even in strength with another penalty. So
here's a shot that just goes wide. Berger got a piece of it and into the corner. Evan Stofflet up along the near side. To Sam Wendell. Now back to Stofflet, back behind his own net. 4-on-4 here for the next 47 seconds. Utah brings it into the Komet zone. Stick handling in front, going to be poked over onto the right side. Now a centering pass going to go well wide, and Kyle Fulmer turns the corner, brings it up forward for the Komets. Dishes over to Bobby Shea at the blue line. And over to Cazzola. Cazzola over to Embach. Embach had a man on his back, got the puck taken away. Back behind the net. It's Stofflet. Back onto the right side. And the Grizzlies laying it forward here with 16 seconds to go on the penalty to Binkley, and then the Komets will have power play time. Out to Hartzell. Hartzell down low into the corner. And it's gathered up by Milan. Milan lumbers forward, gains his own blue line, cuts it back to the middle of the ice, gets cut off there at the red line.
Power play Komets.
Komets with the man advantage here for 46 seconds. Komets are up 2-0. Here's Friedmann. Friedmann comes off the boards over to Desjardins, too hard off of his stick.
Yep, rushing the play again.
And the Grizzlies have it. All bad into the Komet zone. Back behind the net, it's Hartzell. Hartzell will stop it, gives it up here on the near side. Here's Sean Szydlowski. Out forward to Kyle Thomas. Over the blue line, he stops looking for somebody. Has Cheek, and the pass comes off of his skate. And the Grizzlies clear it all the way down.
Couldn't handle the pass, intercepted. Grizzlies shooter down the ice.
Garrett Thompson will bring it ahead. Gains his own blue line, weaves through traffic, collides with Cheek.
Yeah.
And that's going to draw an offsides call.
Yeah, he bumped with Cheeks right at the blue line. Cheeks had to lift his foot up. When he did that, he put himself offside. Whistle will come outside. They'll be able to regroup. New line change for the Komets. 9 seconds left in the penalty.
Face off just outside of the Grizzlies' blue line. Mantha will take the drop for Fort Wayne. Shots in the game are 17-7 in favor of the Komets. Komets still with 9 seconds of a power play here. And here's Mike Embach trying to take a shot. He whiffed on it. Comes down along the near side. And here is Fulmer. Has Cody Soule on the far point. We're back to 5-on-5 as Soule sets it in deep into the Utah corner. Mike Embach centers it. Has a man. Here's a shot blocked down by the defenseman.
Desjardins took that.
Down in the corner. That was Robbie Donahoe with a nice stop for the Grizzlies. And the Komets have it up on the far boards where it's tipped into their bench. And a whistle and a face-off coming up. 16:23 to go in the second. And we'll have a face-off just outside of the Utah blue line. Komets get goals from Friedmann and Szydlowski on the first penalty shot of the season. Szydlowski scores his 10th of the season. He is now tied with Kyle Thomas for the most goals on this Komet roster. I'll put the face-off at center ice. And it'll be Cazzola. Oh, Kyle Thomas. Thomas and Carrier, number
a
17.
little talking, the sticks get
Wow.
out of the
Thomas
Shasma comes over.
Grabbed his stick
They're
and
still all talking.
threw it up in the air. And now the Utah bench jawing at everybody. And both teams shouting across the ice. And the puck is dropped. Here we go. Cody Soul. Soul gonna drop it
with 17.
With Carrier.
And he was the one that got fighting the stick with Thomas on the face-off. And they come out, challenge each other, and here they go.
And Carrier,
they get a hold.
About to have a very bad Sunday afternoon as he tangles up with Cody Soul.
Well,
Soul with two jabs to the chin of Carrier.
Yeah.
And now they've got each other's jersey.
Yeah,
Soul trying to get loose.
They're trying to test each other's strength out right now and see who's got a better grip. And nobody can be able to get a punch.
And here's two big hacks by Cody Soul. Now another one. Carrier gets a right in. And they're still on their feet. Cody Soul with the big
pretty good one right now.
in the breeze.
Carrier knows what he's doing.
And here's an uppercut.
Yeah, Soul walked him in. Soul got him that time.
And Cody Soul brings this crowd to its feet.
Two big guys went at it. They both knew what they were doing. They got a good grip on each other, held on to each other, waited for them to try to get advantage of each other. Couldn't do it. Then Cody took the offense, threw a couple of pretty good punches, and ended up, I think, winning that one by one punch.
And Cody Soul goes in the box, still jawing away. And I always say, minor league hockey needs more Cody Souls. So we will take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Wonder what the outrageously energizing experience of Mountain Dew Kickstart is like? Well, it's like a combo of three awesome things: dew, juice, and caffeine, rebooting your entire personal operating system.
Mountain Dew Kickstart is in position for consumption.
Release the Mountain Dew Kickstart.
Mountain Dew Kickstart released. Experiencing a charge of Mountain Dew Kickstart now.
Mountain Dew Kickstart operation successful.
Roger that.
Get charged up with Mountain Dew Kickstart. Available in 10 energizing flavors like Midnight Rage. It all starts with a kick.
You're listening to Comet Hockey.
We're back after the fisticuffs here at the Coliseum. Cody Soul, of course, involved.
Yeah. Shasma's still having a talk.
For Cody Soul, each 5 minutes fighting.
Nothing extra.
That's all
there.
they called. Good call by the referee. They both went at it. They both two big men. A little surprised that they let Cody Soul come on the ice because he came off the bench. A little bit of an altercation, a little jabbing going back. I know Gary Graham gets the last change, but it just seemed that was not the way to let them change the lines. But the referee let it go, and they teed off at each other.
But Carrier was the one who started things up with Kyle Thomas, and Cody Soul coming to the defense of his teammate. And Solar down there patting his knuckles. He's got a little blood on there, and I'm sure, like you said, he's going to need a little ice
back. He got the helmet off, but that head is still pretty hard. So getting ready to face off. Linesman still talking to everybody. And Gary Graham still switching up lines right now. So they haven't got a set line out there yet. As they change them back up.
All right,
here we go.
Center ice, 2-0 is the score. Komets with the lead, and things getting interesting here. A little chippy here out on Sweetwater Ice as Utah has got the puck. They come along the far side, and the puck is going to roll into the Komet zone, tied up along the boards, and now all the way out to the center line. Utah's got it back in their own zone. It's Higbee here on the right side. Or Helgeson comes up along the far boards, brings it forward, and it comes off the stick of Hartzell, and he'll play it safe, drop to his knees, and get a whistle. Komets on the road this week. We got 2 road games. An interesting game on the 6th. It's a morning skate against Toledo. It's the 3rd time the Komets have played the Walleye.
I remember them doing that last year.
Yeah, and a morning game. And the Komets 2 and 3, I believe, all time in those morning games since joining the ECHL. 10:30 is the start time in Toledo, and that game can be heard on ESPN Radio 1380. And then right back on the road, we go to Cincinnati on Wednesday for a 7:35 start with the Cyclones.
Next home game back here on Friday the 9th against Kalamazoo.
And a home and home there. We go back to Kalamazoo on Saturday. So the Komets picking up some games here in the first week of December.
Busy week coming up for them.
15:51 to go in the second, and here comes Utah coming down, trying to get in on Hartzell. Nice play by the Comet defender. He blocked the shot and into the corner. We got a pile up here on the near side in the Comet zone. Chausma in there working it, and now it comes up to the blue line, and Utah cannot hang on to it. Tim Daly with a backhander all the way into the Comet zone, where it is picked up by the home team. It is Bobby Shea. Cross nice pass to Will Weber. Comes off of his stick and into the Utah zone. No icing on the play. It's fair goal play. It comes back behind the net up along the far side. And now it's tipped back into the Comet zone, back behind the net, wheeled around here onto the near wing and all the way down. And that one will be an icing. 15:06 to go in the second period. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
It's time to celebrate. Tim Hortons is introducing new smoked ham as part of the 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal. That's 2 breakfast sandwiches with egg, American cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or new smoked ham for only $4. It's the kind of deal that you should save for a special day of the week, like every day. Tim Hortons 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer available on standard breakfast sandwiches and wraps for a limited time plus applicable taxes. Single sandwiches and wraps at regular price.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Comets up 2-0 on Utah. As play continues in the Comet zone, back behind the net. And up along the far boards now. Utah's got it in the Comet zone. Comes back down low. Comes down into the near side. Now all the way behind the net it is played. Now wheeled around to the far side. Szydlowski taps at it. Tries to get it to Milan. And we got a pile up down low in the corner. Eric Bradford in there for Utah. Fights with Milan. And it comes loose to Cheek. Comes up to the blue line. Here's a shot right on Hartzell. And Hartzell with the easy grab. Robbie Donahoe with the shot. And that will put the play back in the Comet zone. Eric Hartzell came in relief on Friday. And he ended up getting the win.
Yeah, that was unfortunately for Garrett Barkas. That was his first start, and unfortunately he had a couple four goals put on him pretty quickly, and they pick him out. And you know, that's a strategy a coach can use all the time. When the team's not going well, they're down 4-1, you pull the goalie. It's not always maybe the goalie playing bad, but you know, it sort of kicks the players in the pants and tells them to get going. We need some help.
But Hartzell only made one save and got the win.
Well,
Comets down low in the Comet zone, back behind the net. Here's the centering pass for Friedmann. Friedmann tries to skate free, had to give it over to Fulmer, and they couldn't clear it. Up along the far side, Utah gets it in deep into the corner. Travis Howe centers it up. Here's a shot. Hartzell to save. Comes loose in front, and coming back the other way. Here's Desjardins. Got a floater in front. It's Friedmann. He puts it all the way in, comes down to the corner. Friedmann goes hard after it into the corner as he takes Richard off. Comes up top of the blue line. Bobby Shea spinning around. What a move, but he lost an edge. Comes over to Mantha. Mantha at the blue line, and the Comets bring it up along the near side. Now they have to peel off, have to get back on side. Back out to the center line. Desjardins. Puck rolls around up on the far boards. Utah gets it in cleanly. Here's McInnes down low. Here's a shot, and it goes wide onto the near side. And it is picked up by the Utah Grizzlies.
Penalty coming up to the Comets, flashing.
Delayed call.
Yeah, they got the goaltender out. They got the extra attacker on. They're going to try to come up the ice with the puck.
Tim Daly over on the far side, and he gets cut off by Cazzola.
Yeah, pass into his feet. Cazzola jumps in and touches the puck. That forces a whistle, and the faceoff will be down the Comet zone right now.
Flashing call as Cody Stoll gets a little company in the penalty box.
2 minutes flashing. Time penalty 6 minutes.
And it's on David Friedmann, who's got a goal tonight. Face off to the right of Hartzell as the Comets go down a man once again. This will be the third time.
Well, last time Utah got the power play, it was first minute of the period. We ended up with a penalty shot and our second goal. So let's do it again, guys. Another shorthand would be nice. 5-on-4.
Face off to the right of Hartzell. Comes up top of the blue line. Grizzlies have it. Here's a shot that goes wide just over the glove of Hartzell. Up along the far side. Grizzlies here at work on the power play. It's Bradford. He sneaks in, comes down low. It's going to be tipped wide. Into the corner, back behind the net. Up top of the blue line, now in the high slot. Shot blocked before it got through. Goes back behind the net. Will Weber.
All the way down the ice. Hopped.
Cleans it all the way down, and it will be Farragher to stop it. 12:33 to go in the second. Komets up 2-0. Komets on a penalty kill here as it comes out to the neutral zone, and it is picked up by Garrett Thompson. Thompson to Bobby Shea off the boards. And back out to Garrett Thompson. Couldn't get it into the Utah zone, but the Grizzlies have got to get all the way back and regroup with 1:08 to go on their power play. Eric Bradford, far side, now cuts it back to the middle of the ice, gains the red line, brings it to the Komet zone, stick handles through traffic, comes wide, tries to put it on net, it's knocked away, now up along the near side. And now we got an injured Dan Milan who took a big pop, and coming down is Garrett Thompson to the goaltender, and Farragher makes the save, and Milan is still down, and he comes up along the far boards. Here comes Utah on the attack, still on the power play. Top of the circle. Comes down to Hartzell. He puts it into the corner. And the Komets cleared all the way down. Now Garrett Thompson and Cheek. That's Will Weber. He gets tangled up with somebody down along the far boards, but play continues. Utah's got the puck. They got to get back on side. And they bring it over the line. Here's the shot. Hartzell to save. And it's
a little chippy right now.
Pushkar with the shot there. Oh, Dan Milan, boy, he took a big hit right under the chin.
Yeah, one of the forecheckers, I don't know if it was 91, he popped him pretty good, got his shoulder in him and caught him in the jaw, or he was falling down. He looked like he was out. And then a couple of seconds later, Garrett Thomas come across and put a pretty good check shoulder into 91. And that started everybody looking around, checking each other, and a lot of talking going on again. But a couple of retaliations out there. No penalties called on it. And we still have 11:22 to go and still on the power play. Grizzlies. 17 seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Komets. Face off in the Komet zone. And Eric Higbee to take it for Utah. And he'll be opposed by Mike Cazzola. Now Higbee is going to get sent out. And here comes Pushkar. And the Komets win it. And Cody Stoll sends it all the way down, fresh out of the penalty box. Sends it down, and Farragher will stop it with the paddle of his stick. Now the Grizzlies have got the puck here onto the right side. They bring it into the Komet zone. Comes down to Hartzell. Comes off of his glove. He puts it in the corner. Cody Stoll takes a pop from all
behind.
even.
And we're 5-on-5. Coming out of the penalty box is Friedmann. He's got the puck. Cross-ice pass. He's got Cazzola. Floats it in front for Desjardins. Puts it in net. Shot save made. And knocked down is Friedmann hard to the ice. Or that's Shasma. Up along the far side. Comes back up to Shasma. Stick handles around, comes down, tries to center it, gets it to Desjardins, back up to the point for Cody Stoll. Stoll off the board. He's got Desjardins. Desjardins backhander, top of the circle, Cazzola. Cazzola got it taken off the stick. Penalty called coming up on Utah.
Let's see what that is. Back behind the play in front of the net. Slashing again. Another chop from behind. And Utah will find themselves in the penalty box again.
I think that's the sixth slashing call we've had overall tonight.
Yeah. 25 going in, Donhold.
So the Komets go back on the power play, and it will be the fourth time tonight.
Yep, let's make it happen, guys. Come on, we need another goal to open this up a bit. Leading 2-0, 10:33 to go in the period. Second period. Shots of the game are 20-11 in favor of the Komets. And the face-off to the left of Farragher. Here's Cheek. The face-off circle, gets his hip into it, wins it cleanly. Comes all the way out with it along the far side. He's pinned up against the boards with Eric Higbee. Up top of the blue line, here's Sid with a shot. Knocked in front. Score! There we are from the far side. Trevor Cheek. Cheek got the beautiful rebound. It came right to him. Farragher was down on the ice, and Trevor Cheek doesn't miss from there. Puts it home, and the Komets up 3-0. Szydlowski was the one that took the shot from this side. It got the block and got deflected right over to Cheeks. As it came to him, he one-timed it before the goalie got in position. Power play goal. Komets up 3-0. And we've got 10:22 yet to go here in this second period. And the 9:38 comes back out to center ice. We'll see if Szydlowski gets an assist on it. Sid shot it in. It went off a defenseman, actually. Yep. And went right to Cheek. Couldn't have asked for a nicer, nicer pass. And the Komets are up 3-0.
It's the 5th of the season for Cheek. And Utah bringing it into the Comet zone. Here's Cody Stoll in the corner. And they try to center it. Broken up. Here is Higbee picking up. Puts it out in front. It's intercepted. Coming back on the Comets. Here's Desjardins. Got Mbach to his left. Desjardins in. And he shoots it just wide. Up top to the blue line and out of the zone. Here comes Utah trying to get something going here. They come in. Here's a shot. Snatching it right out of the air. It's Hartzell. Another penalty called. This one's going to be on the Comets. Another slash.
Yeah, everybody's slashing everybody out there at this point.
And we'll have to get the exact count of slashing calls tonight, so everyone a little stick happy.
Well, like Michael says, that's the only call he knows how to call.
So we got time out on the ice, so we will take a break. And when we return, Comets will be a man down. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Looking for an apartment? Enjoy carefree living at Steeplechase Apartments, one of Fort Wayne's newest luxury communities. Now renting 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Spacious apartments including appliances and granite countertops. And no more visiting the laundromat. Full-size washer and dryer is included. Also, stay in shape with their 24-hour full-service fitness center with tanning bed. It's all waiting for you at Steeplechase Apartments, conveniently located in Northwest Fort Wayne, just seconds from I-69. This is Comet Hockey.
3-0 is the count here at the Coliseum. Shane Alberani, Robbie Irons taking you through this one. Comets with a very busy week ahead. 2 games on the road, including a morning affair with Toledo on Tuesday. 10:35 is the start, and that will be heard on ESPN Radio 1380. And then Cincinnati, we will be heading to the Queen City on the 7th for a 7:35 start. Back on WoWo, and then a home-and-home this weekend. The Comets will play host to Kalamazoo on the 9th, and then we are up to the great state of Michigan on the 10th to take on the Wings. 7 o'clock start time on Saturday. So the Comets will make up some of these games. Tulsa, they played 23 games this season. Comets just with 17, and Tulsa currently leads the division. So Comets are going to make up a little bit of ground here this week. Face off to the left of Hartzell. Comets skate a man down yet again. And here's Shasmo on the face-off circle. Comes down into the corner off the boards and out of the outstretched kicked leg of Taylor Richhart. Comes all the way down into the Utah zone. Back behind the net, Utah brings it forward. Here's Daly, gaining his own blue line, weaves through traffic, gets it into the Comet zone, slides with his own man as he unloads the puck, comes off the glass. Oh, and here's Shasma. Oh, the puck came right to him, and just a little bit too tall for him, or he would have came in and would have had a great shorthanded chance. Shasma goes off on a line change, and Utah has got it up along the near side. They bring it in. They're on a power play here up top, and they go down low, and look at this save by Hartzell.
Yeah, they had 3 men breaking the net on that play as they got intercepted at the blue line right to the net, and the puck skidded off the Utah stick. Hartzell was able to reach out, grab it, and hold on to the rebounds. The other 2 players stand there waiting. Good save, nice play.
It was Pushkar and McGinnis.
Yeah, they were standing alone all by themselves. Couldn't get the puck as Hartzell made a nice little save. Puck bouncing his way tonight right now.
9:07 to go here in the second period. Up top of the blue line, Comets are skating a man down here in the Comet zone. Milan tries to get rid of it. 2 whacks at it. Trying to get out of there on the 3rd whack. And he finally does, but it comes up to the blue line. Still held in. Now along the near boards. And finally, all the way out, Cheek got a piece of it. Berger has to come out and stop it. 58 seconds to go on the power play as Mike Banwell has it behind his own net, and he will bring it forward. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Out to Daly. Puck rolls into the Comet zone. And down in the corner, back up top to the blue line. Here's Daly with it. Cross-ice pass as a man. Far side, over onto the far wing. Now a return pass back up to the point to Banwell. Top of the circle. Now back down low. Pass is going to be broken up by Garrett Thompson, and he wheels it all the way down. Here's Mike Mbach digging forward here onto the near side, and Banwell beats him to the punch. It comes back behind the net. 22 seconds to go on the power play for Utah. Right side, they bring it into the Comet zone. Here's a shot, and it goes wide. Off the stick of Carrier, over onto the far boards and all the way down with 10 seconds to go on the power play. Komets up 3-0. Utah's got it at the center line, but not for long. Desjardins with the swipe. He puts it back into the Utah zone. Goes back behind the net, and the Grizzlies have it. Come up along the near side.
All even, 5 on
5. Into the Komet zone, back behind the net. Here's Bobby Shea, whips it around, comes up top of the blue line, and it squirts free, and Carrier chases it down. Carrier gets some pressure from Cazzola, turns around, and he sends it into the Komet zone. Comes off the end boards. Here's Bobby Shea with it with 7:24 to go in the second. David Friedmann, cross-ice pass. He's got Desjardins. Kicks it up along the far side, carries it over, passes intercepted by Helgeson. And back come the Grizzlies on the attack right side. It's McInnes with a shot. Save made by Hartzell. Rolls right to Hartzell.
Right to him.
And he covers it up.
Made the initial shot, did not control the rebound, went back out, and his defenseman, he played the man. The puck laid there for a second until it got kicked to him, and Hartzell finally reached out and grabbed onto the rebound.
7:06 to go in the second period, and we'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
3-0 is the score. Komets with the lead. We're in period number 2. And here is Kyle Thomas out to Shafma. Now Kyle Thomas down low in the corner here in the Utah zone. Plays it up along the near boards. Milan with a shot. That's going to whistle wide. Comes back behind the net. Pile up in the corner. Shafma gets it free. Back behind. Here's Kyle Thomas. Couldn't get a shot in the corner. Centering pass broken up. Shafma's got it again. Up along the far side, Shafma comes up top. Milan on the point, flattens it out. Komets are going to be offside.
Yep.
As Kyle Thomas
just got out over the blue line and up. Linesman picked up on it. Of course, the Grizzly bench, they were jumping all over the linesman, but he had it called. A little bit of a delay, and then he calls the offside outside. The faceoff will come, and a line change by everybody.
Face-off outside of the Utah zone. 6:16 to go in the second period. 3-0 Fort Wayne. 21-15 are the shots on net. Komets lead in that category and on the scoreboard. Garrett Thompson tries to feed it to Trevor Cheek. Comes off the glass near the Utah bench. Out to Will Weber. Weber's going to dump it into the Utah zone. Farragher will stop it. And the Grizzlies have it behind their own net. Gives it a look, comes right up the middle of the ice, looking for somebody breaking in. Here's a shot on Hartzell, making the save. And up along the near side in the Komet zone, now back behind the net. Out to Bobby Shea. Shea gets it tangled up in his skates. He takes a hit. Now he's upended, and a penalty going to be called. And Bobby Shea got tripped up.
Yeah, it's not going to be slashing. We get a tripping penalty on the play.
And it's going to be Ralph Kademi.
Yep. Get in there forechecking on Shea. Shea likes to spin around a little bit, and they got the stick on him, and that knocked him down, forcing the tripping penalty. 5:41 to go. Face off all the way down into the Utah zone. We have a 3-0 lead, and we're on the power play.
Face off to the left of Farragher. 5:41 to go in the second period. And the Komets on another power play. Here's Cazzola. Will center up this line. Comes up along the far side. Cazzola's got it out to Cody Soul. Return pass to Cazzola. He drops it down low. Back up top to Soul. Soul top of the slot. Oh, in front. He had a man. It was Shafma. Comes off of his stick. Now it is Desjardins coming in. Shoots. Oh, what a save by Farragher.
Didn't get it up.
Oh, he robbed Cazzola. Back up top of the blue line. Cazzola. Back down low, goes to Desjardins. Puck rolling around in front, and it flattens out for Cazzola. Far side. Up to Soul, but he misplayed it. Skips over the blue line. Soul comes back for it. Over to Mike Cazzola. Lost an edge, and he gets it off the boards to Mbach. Now return pass to Cazzola. Now the Komets got to get some space out there. They retreat back into their own territory with 1:18 to go on the power play. Cody Soul avoids a poke check, but he's got to circle back around. Comes out in front of his own net. He's got all the real estate now to work with. Now Stoll retreats backward again. Now he brings it forward to Cheek. Cheek gives it to Kyle Thomas. Thomas dishes on the right side. Garrett Thompson spins around, avoids a check. Cross-ice pass comes out to Szydlowski. Up top, Binkley eyes his shot, sends it over. Here is Cheek. Thought about it. And he flattens it back out, and it comes far side. Kyle Thomas, Szydlowski. Here's a shot, and it's going to go wide. And it comes down into the corner. 40 seconds to go on the power play. And here's Garrett Thompson. Thompson got a man in front. It rolls just shy of that goal mouth. Comes up along the near side. Thompson, his centering pass intercepted and all the way down.
25 seconds.
Will stop it. Excellent pressure by the Komets on this power play, but have yet to net a goal as Binkley gains his own blue line and comes all the way in. Penalty call. I think Cheek's going to get called for a trip here.
Cheeks was tangled up with the defender, and as they both broke, the defender went down, and Cheeks was standing there. I didn't do anything, but the referee sees it the other way. Interference call, Cheeks. And that'll nullify the 12 seconds. Utah will be on the power play in 12 seconds.
So the Komets go down a man, and we'll be 4-on-4 here for 12 seconds. And it's
they had a pretty good power play going there, too. They didn't get a lot of shots on, but a lot of good movement around the net, and they just didn't get the puck up. Shea had the best chance of them all, but didn't put the puck up on him.
Face off to the left of Hartzell. And here's Shafsma. Comes up top to the circle, up top to the blue line. And stepping up, here's a shot. It goes wide. Comes off the side of the net, now down in the corner. 5 seconds to go on a 4-on-4. Here's Bobby Shea. Shea gets pinned up onto the glass.
Man short, Komets.
And now power play time for Utah. And we got another penalty call. It's going to be on Utah. And here's Bobby Shea. Shea bringing it down on a 3-on-1. Shea goes wide in front of the net. Oh, and they look for Kyle Thomas. He just missed it. Yep. Comes on the tape of Daly, and the whistle will blow.
Yeah, he had a checker all over him as the puck comes to Thomas. The man lifted his stick, took the puck from him, and that forced the whistle. Another penalty to Utah, and I believe this one will be hooking in front of the Komet net.
Now we're trading power plays here. 4-on-4 here for 1 minute and 34 seconds.
Yeah, they'd be 4-on-4.
And it's
a lot of ice room. Yep.
Face off in the Utah zone. Komets up 3-0. And Cazzola will center up this line.
Him and Friedmann out there.
And it's going to be Bobby Shea and Cody Soul on the point. And now Friedmann will come in on the face-off circle. And Friedmann kicks it out to the blue line. Bobby Shea back to Friedmann, looking for Shea in front. The pass was deflected and over the stick of Cody Soul. Soul on the right side, fans on it, gives it up to Friedmann, however, comes out to the center line where Cazzola has it. He's outnumbered as he crosses over the blue line, floats it in front. He had Friedmann over his stick. Friedmann has got it. Far side, back up top of the blue line, Bobby Shea. Got it poked away, but he has to, he gets it back, and he retreats back into his own end. Shea pushes it forward, dishes over to Cazzola over the blue line, onside. Cazzola stops, pops, sends it to Farragher, and he gloves it in.
Right on the net, looking for the rebound, but Farragher not taking any chances. 4-on-4. He'll take the face-off in the draw with 2:50 to go in the period.
Shots are 22-16 in favor of the Komets. And the face-off will be to the left of Farragher. Komets power play time in another 57 seconds. Devin Mantha on the circle.
The draw, guys.
And it's picked up by Utah. Grizzlies have it behind the net with 2:43 to go in the period. We're 4-on-4 here. And up along the far side, and they bring it into the Komet zone. Now here's a shot that's going to be way wide. Up along the side. Look at this. Mike Hembach got hit hard.
Head up.
Stays on his feet to Mantha. Mantha brings it over the blue line, pulls it back. Up top to Fulmer. A little too hard for him. Rolls off of his stick. Comes down into the corner. Tyler Richard has it for Utah. Cheek will be out in 20 seconds. The Komets will have power play time. They bring it into the Komet zone. Rolls down to the far corner. Kyle Fulmer It's met there by Higbee. Comes back behind the net, and it comes out to Mike Embach. Embach on the left side dumps it off the far boards for Kyle Fulmer. He carries it over the blue line. Fulmer taking his time, steps up. Here's a shot, deflected. It goes right into Farragher's glove. And here comes Cheek and power play time.
24 seconds, power play. Comet now.
Face off in the Utah zone. Utah has lost 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Well, they've had a rough go of it. They're right now in last place in the Mountain Division. Comets looking to climb. They got another showdown with Toledo on Tuesday morning.
Yeah. 16 shots on goals, all they've been able to muster up. They've had a couple of good chances, but again, Hartzell's been pretty strong back there in the Comet net.
Puck is cleared all the way down in the Comet zone. 18 seconds to go on a man advantage. Comets have got time for a rush here as Will Weber gets some space, brings it ahead, gains his own blue line. Here's Weber. Gets it all the way onto the far side. Stopping it is Farragher. And he spins it off the glass. Comes down into the corner. And that'll do it for the power play. We're 5-on-5. Here's Kudemi coming out of the penalty box. They were looking for him. Comes out to Hartzell. Hartzell will put it over to Bobby Shea. Shea tries to clear it. Kudemi steps in front of his pass. Comes back behind the net. Trevor Cheek works it over to Desjardins. Has Szydlowski breaking on the right side. Too hard for him. And Sid will come off for a line change. Farragher puts it back behind the net for Tim Daly. Right side. And here's Higbee.
Last minute of the period.
Higbee drops it back behind the net for Daly. Daly draws the attention of Kyle Thomas. Now Thomas will back off over on the far side and comes into the Comet zone off the boards. Picked up by Dan Milan. Wheels it off the glass. Far side. And Binkley pins this man up against the boards. Here's a shot. Oh, we got a hand pass. Hand pass will be the call with 38 seconds to play in period number 2. Comets looking in good shape here, but after what we saw Friday night, no lead is safe, so.
You're not going to let that go, are you?
No.
No, that's the way to be, though. If they can do it, we can do it. If we can do it, they can do it. So look out.
Keep the pressure up, fellas.
Yeah.
We've got 20 minutes to play.
Well, I think that'll be Gary Graham's speech in the third period. Hey, guys, don't forget Friday what happened. Let's be aware. Let's go out there and take control of the period. 60 minutes.
Face off outside of the Comet blue line. And the puck is dropped. Comes along the far side. Here's Cody Soul. Soul dishes back to Bobby Shea. Puts it on the far side. Cross-ice pass comes off the board to Garrett Thompson. And they're offside. So both teams trading penalties pretty much here in this second period, but neither team getting a power play goal. Comets do have a penalty shot goal, their first of the season. It came in the first period off the stick of Sean Szydlowski.
His 10th of the season. And then Cheeks at 9:38 of the period, a power play goal, his 5th of the season. So both those guys scoring pretty steadily.
And here's the face-off. Shafsma comes free with it. And it comes all the way into the Utah zone, up along the far side, and out to the blue line. It's controlled by Utah. Carrier brings it into the Comet zone. Here's a shot on Hartzell, and he'll play it safe, and we'll just get a whistle. And the faceoff will be in the Comet zone with 16 seconds to go. Comets back here on the 9th on Friday, and it is Star Wars night. The first 1,000 kids will receive free lightsabers courtesy of Preferred Auto. That is 8 o'clock next Friday, Star Wars night here at the Coliseum.
All their costumes and everything on, I imagine?
Yep, and we'll have special jerseys as well that'll be auctioned off. Face off to the right of Hartzell.
Up the box. Cheeks in there right now for the Comets. Trying to get the draw back.
Cheeks to take the drop with Bradford. And it's tied up. And it comes out to Kudemi, far side. Comets cleared out. 10 seconds. Puck rolls in. No icing on the play. It's going to be picked up behind the net. Sam Wendell being chased by Cazzola with 3 seconds. And that will do it. Period number 2 in the books. Solid period for the Comets. They get a goal from Cheek, and that gets us two goals rather. Cheek and Szydlowski on the penalty shots. and we get to 3-0. And just like you said, Robbie, the speech is going to be keep up the pressure, fellas.
Yeah, we played pretty solid the first two periods with puck control, good passing, moving it around, and most of the times the Grizzlies are chasing the Komets, which is a good thing out there. They mustered up 23 shots, 9 in that period, only 16 total for Utah, and 9 in that period. So both goaltenders tested a little bit, but the penalty shot early at the 53-second mark by Szydlowski, the big one, that opened it up a little bit. And the Komets being patient at 9:38, a power play goal. Cheeks his 5th of the season, and that was a good goal by the Komets. They had a couple more power plays, but weren't able to put it in the net.
So we're done with 40 minutes to play here at the Coliseum. Komets up 3-0. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Help bring a heat wave to the heart of our community this season by teaming up with Partners First Federal Credit Union during the Partners First Warmest Season Coat Drive. Simply drop off your new or gently used coat at your local Partners First branch, and not only will you warm the heart of our community, you will be entered into a one-time drawing for $500. Donate today at Partners First Federal Credit Union. No purchase necessary. Full details and disclosure available online at partnersfirstcu.org.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne's newest Northside Sports Bar is your place to see the big games, including pro and college. Doozy Sports Bar and Grill next to Red River Steakhouse has become a fan favorite to see the best sports events with their incredible food and drink specials and wall-to-wall big flat screen TVs. Open daily 11 to 11 or later for the big games. Doozy's has daily lunch specials and is always the place to come out and watch the games. Doozy's next to Red River Steakhouse, just off I-69 at Coldwater Road in Washington Center.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital and Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Have you had an MRI and later were shocked by the high cost of your copay? Your out-of-pocket insurance cost can be 3 times higher depending on where you go. Call us first. Find out your estimated costs before your exam. And if you don't have insurance, pay as little as $4.25. Why pay more? It's your choice where you go. Choose from our 3 locations: Auburn, Decatur, or Fort Wayne Open MRI on Lake Avenue.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's. Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's.
Take Midwest Gloves and Gear to work with you by using their full line of work gloves. Midwest Work Line features Max Performance Gloves, PBR, along with a wide variety of Midwest branded gloves for any type of work. Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made work gloves, and Midwest believes in investing in America. And that's why the Work Line features many styles made right here in the USA. For over 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear, Chillicothe, Missouri. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Komets having a good time tonight here on Sweetwater Ice. The score is 3-0, but if we learned anything from Friday night, no lead is safe. Komets looking good with 3 goals. Things started off in the first period, 6:22. David Friedmann, his 5th of the season. Szydlowski, the assist, along with Devin Mantha. And then Sean Szydlowski, 53 seconds into the second period, was awarded a penalty shot, the first one of the season for the Komets, and he scored, and it was shorthanded as well to make it 2-0. And then Trevor Cheek, his 5th of the year, at 9:38 of the second period. Szydlowski and Binkley the assist, and it was on the power play. Szydlowski now with 2 points. Ryan Berger for Utah. He's seen 23 shots, makes 20 saves. Eric Hartzell, perfect through 2 periods, 16 of 16. Both teams have had plenty of opportunities on the power play, but the majority of them have not made the full 2 minutes, as teams just trading penalties in that second period. Komets are 1 for 6 on the power play. Utah 0 for 5, as the Komets are now the most penalized team in the ECHL. We will take a break here during the intermission report. Komets are up 3-0. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the values you've been looking for on all the new 2017 models, starting at $34,995. The 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited with lift kit, rims, and tires is ready to tackle the toughest competition. The Ram 1500 pickup with best-in-class fuel economy and more power and guts than any other truck on the market. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is one tough truck. Also, check out our new line of commercial ProMaster vans for all your work needs. Chrysler has perfected the family vehicle with the all-new Chrysler Pacifica. Optional 8-passenger seating, dual TVs, satellite radio. It's the most advanced minivan in its class. See the complete line of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-cent sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2, Fort Wayne.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani, Robbie Irons here tonight. 3-0 is our score, and Komets with the lead. Let's take a moment to take a look at the Meyer out-of-town scoreboard in the ECHL. Only 4 games tonight. 3 of them have gone final, including Elmira at Brampton, and Brampton gets the win in overtime, 3-2. It's the final in Greenville. The Stingrays beat the Swamp Rabbits by a score of 2-1, and then Manchester doubles up on Kalamazoo by a score of 6-3. Don't forget the simple savings you get with M-Perks. Meyer M-Perks, digital coupons and rewards. Sign up today at mperks.meyer.com. Komets have got a very busy week ahead, and the Komets are going to be making up some ground with a lot of teams in the division already playing several games more, including the Tulsa Oilers, who right now sit atop the Central Division. They've got 23 games played. The Komets just with 17. The Toledo Walleye are in second place with 30 points, just 2 points behind Tulsa. Quad City currently sits in third place, but the Komets can leapfrog the Mallards with a victory here tonight. Komets sit in fourth place with 22 points, and then Wichita with 19 points, Utah with 18, and then Kalamazoo with 16 at the bottom of the pile in the Central Division. And again, I mentioned the busy week ahead, and it all starts with Toledo Tuesday morning, 10:35 a.m. at the Huntington Center, and we'll bring that game to you on ESPN Radio 1380. Komets 7-1 losers in Toledo just a week ago, so the Komets looking for revenge, and it will be a packed house with all the school kids in there. It's going to be full and a tough place to play in the Huntington Center. Then the Komets will come home, but then we'll just get right back on the bus and we'll head to Cincinnati for a Wednesday face-off with the Cyclones. 7:35 is the start, and then a home-and-home next weekend right here against Kalamazoo on the 9th, and then Saturday up in Kalamazoo, 7 o'clock starts. in Kalamazoo next Saturday. And the Komets will have the luxury of spending the majority of the month at home, as the Komets only play 4 road games against Toledo, Cincinnati, Kalamazoo, 5, as they'll be at Wheeling on the 16th and then Quad City on the 21st. Now, coming up this holiday season, plenty of chances to see your Komets, as on December 17th, the Wheeling Nailers will be here at 7:30, and then the Orlando Solar Bears come to town on Sunday, December 18th, for the next Meijer night of the season. You can pick up discount coupons at any Fort Wayne Meijer location. The first season ticket exchange night is Friday, December 23rd, when the Komets host the Brampton Beasts at 8 o'clock. It's also marathon night. Season ticket holders can exchange unused season tickets for the game on the 23rd. The Komets also play home games on the 27th and 29th, and of course the traditional New Year's Eve game, and that game will be played against the Walleye on the 31st. So get your tickets at the Coliseum ticket office, or of course Ticketmaster.com. Plenty of chances to see your Komets in the month of December. We are in the middle of the second intermission. We will take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Once upon a galaxy in a world far, far ago.
This party is lame. There's no cool kids here.
But, Dad, you planned the party.
You're right. I'm tired of being in the doghouse. The other dads are laughing at me and throwing cats. That's seriously bad.
Since Father Figure was concerned with his approval rating, he knew he needed to act fast.
We need someone to bring the fun stat.
How about me, kids?
Get out of here, you. You're bat poop crazy. And besides, I'm 43.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Well, we dodged a rubber chicken with that one.
Now, since Father Figure had incurred the wrath of the Clown Mafia, he knew he needed to overcompensate and get some cool points fast. Oh, yes. Cool points are like gold. Pretty shiny gold.
I need to call Tag Art. Give me that phone, Joey.
It's Tommy.
That's what I said, Frank. I'm dialing 456-6999.
With that, Father Figure was instantly connected to Tag Art, where a whole list of service options were laid out before him. Caricatures, face painting, costume characters, stilt walkers, and beyond. No pressure, no egos, and all local talent. Tax-paying artists, bully.
And no more flying cats.
Father Figure further learned of Tag Art's website, tagartcompany.com, where he could see samples of work and not just trust a stranger with a great phone voice.
He did have a great phone voice.
So the next time you need to bring the fun to your party, college, office, mitzvah, reception, or general wacky-doo shindig.
They do wacky-doo too?
They truly do. For you too. No poo. So get the tag team, and you'll know why they say, Tag, we're it.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Our score is 3-0 here at the Coliseum, and the Komets have got the edge against the Utah Grizzlies. This is the first and only time these two teams will meet up this season. The last time a team from Utah came here to Fort Wayne during the regular season was back on Valentine's Day, 1999. So the Komets looking to get a victory here tonight and wrap up the season series. Komets already have got the win in the season series with Missouri with that comeback from behind win on Friday, as Komets sweep the Mavericks 3-0 this year. This season, the Komets are proud to have Lutheran Health Network, Fort Wayne Orthopedics, and Optimum Performance Sports as the official health care provider of the team. Go where the pros go, Lutheran Health Network. And coming up on the 9th, when the Komets host Kalamazoo, it is Star Wars night. Always a popular promotion. Komets who will be wearing special Star Wars themed jerseys. Of course, everyone is invited to come out, dress up like your favorite Star Wars character, as the first 1,000 kids through the door will receive free lightsabers courtesy of Preferred Auto. Again, that is 8 o'clock next Friday. And if you're looking for a way to stay up on all the latest Komet news and get notifications on great promotions like Star Wars Night, you'll want to download the new Komets mobile app. It's now available for Apple and Android devices. Get game day alerts, the latest news stories, roster updates, player bios, and much more. Search Komets in the App Store or Google Play. And with the holidays coming up, you want to give the gift of Komet gear. You can get it now at Play Ball Inc. It is now available at Play Ball Inc. in Glenbrook Square, and you can check out all the Komet wearables and the huge selection of autographed memorabilia available at Play Ball Inc., located just outside of Sears in Glenbrook Square. And I mentioned all the great home dates coming up, and Komet hockey is a great way to come out with family, friends, and coworkers have your holiday party here at a Comet game. And you can get your tickets by calling 483-011. That's the Comet office. And you can learn all about group discount rates along with food and drink options as well. Again, call the Comet office at 483-0011 or simply go to Komets.com to learn more about a great night with the Komets. We will be back. We're in the middle of the second intermission. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
I bank with Fifth Third because I like to be one step ahead. I RSVP before I receive the invitation. When psychics want to know their future, they consult me. And because I know things before they happen, I'm the undefeated world champion at rock, paper, scissors. That's why I get Fifth Third instant alerts from Fifth Third Bank. They monitor my account for suspicious activity, make it easier to track my money, and help protect me from fraud before it happens. I'm already up on the fashion trends for 2017. Hope you like acid wash jeans. Every February, groundhogs ask me when spring will arrive. And sometimes I carry an umbrella on perfectly sunny days because I know things meteorologists don't.
Stay one step ahead with award-winning Fifth Third Instant Alerts and protect yourself from fraud before it happens. Instant Alerts, one of the ways Fifth Third Bank works hard to earn your business. Open a checking account today. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account, member FDIC.
This is what it sounds like when you get a gift you don't want.
Oh, a blender. Thanks.
And this is what it sounds like when you get a gift you really want.
I can't believe you got me a new Chevy.
Hear the difference at the Chevy Red Tag sales event, where you can find special holiday pricing. Plus, when you find your tag, you can get additional cash back on select Chevy vehicles. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. For vehicle eligibility, visit redtagsalesevent.com. Not available with some other offers. Take delivery by 12/30/16. See dealer for details.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has added some new members to the team. Introducing the all-new Jeep Renegade with legendary Jeep performance and incredible fuel economy, starting at $18,865. Also now on the starting lineup is the all-newly redesigned Ram Rebel. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is a new crowd favorite with the muscle to back it up. The new scrapper on the team is the all-new Dodge Challenger Hellcat with 707 horsepower. This secret weapon will leave the competition wondering what hit them. O'Daniel is a proud sponsor of Comet Hockey, and we invite all the fans to come experience the difference in your next car buying experience. See the complete line of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel on Illinois Road, next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
Knob Brick Company carries hundreds of styles of brick, literally something for every taste. With the change in the seasons, it's good to know that Knob also offers a wide variety of fireplaces, many of them Heat and Glow's finest, to add style to your home and warm it up on those cold evenings. They can even put a Heat and Glow insert into your existing fireplace to make it more efficient. Be sure to check out their fireplace showroom for some design ideas. Knob Brick is located on Fort Wayne's north side, not far from the Speece Fieldhouse. For a great Heat and Glow fireplace or that perfect brick for your home, see Knob, N-O-B, Knob Brick.
This is Comet Hockey.
3-0 is our score as we got a fresh 20 minutes up on the scoreboard. Shane Alvarani, Robbie Irons with you, and we just got to keep the pressure up, Robbie, with the 3-0 lead.
Yeah, no penalties to start the period off, which is good for both teams. And with a 3-0 lead, we need the next one and control the play like we have. Be patient, but start shooting the puck a little more. Only 23 shots on goal so far, when normally we're getting 40 a game. So we need to get about 12, 15 shots in this period and get ourselves a goal or two.
Next goal is an important one as the puck comes out to Utah as we start the third period up. And we are even up here, 5-on-5 as it comes in on Hartzell along the far side. Dan Milan couldn't clear it. And now the Komets get a hold of it and they skate it forward. Here's Kyle Thomas over the blue line, coming in, takes a shot there.
Good shot.
And it's poked aside by the goaltender. Up along the far side. There's John Pushkar. His pass is intercepted by Shasma. Kazola puts it into the Utah zone off of his glove. Comes off the boards. And we got a hand pass. Kazola threw it in there, but it was touched by Utah, but the linesman blew the whistle.
Face-off comes outside the zone, and both line changes come from both teams. Played 33 seconds of this third period.
Face-off out to center ice. Eric Bradford on the drop. Comes out to the blue line, all the way on the Utah zone. They put it in, and nice save by Hartzell. Hartzell put it in the corner, and it comes around Trevor Cheek along the far side. Trevor Cheek fights for it, and it's cleared out by Sean Szydlowski. Comes off the near side boards, and Utah's got it in their own zone. Sam Wendell up along the right side, now pushes it back, coming in on Hartzell. Here's a backhander, going to go wide. Goes off the stick of Kudemi, comes onto the near side, and it's Sean Szydlowski. Comes over on to the right side. It is Will Weber dumping it off the boards. Farragher will stop it, plays it all the way out, and here on the left side, it's Kudemi. Crosses over, and here's a shot on Hartzell. That's going to be missed wide into the screen.
Yeah, he may have got a piece of it and deflected it up over the glass and into the screen, but nice save standing out there. He squares himself up, comes out, challenges the shooter, and with the size of that body he's got, he blocks a lot of area, but nice little glove save, getting a piece of it.
Face off to the right of Hartzell. And Friedmann in the face-off circle. Comes back behind the net for Bulmer. Bulmer to Embach. Comes off the boards. And Desjardins gets hit off the play. Comes down into the corner. Banwell knocked him off the puck. Comes along the far side. Komets have it. It is Embach. Centers it in front. Oh, Friedmann didn't have the stick down. Comes over onto the near wing. Desjardins lost the puck. Comes back behind the net. And over onto the far side. Played by Carrier for Utah. Pushes it ahead. Misplayed at the blue line. Comes over onto the right side. Komets have it. Desjardins out to Mike Embach. Embach got it poked away, and Carrier turns the corner, brings it back up ice for Utah. Far side, here's Friedmann. Pushed off the play, comes to Kyle Fulmer, and Fulmer will put it into the Utah zone. Banwell has got it for the Grizzlies. 3-0 is the score. Komets with the lead over Utah. Only meeting between these two clubs of the regular season. Puck comes in, back behind the net. Farragher will whip it around here on the near side. Belongs to Eric Higbee. Gets chased by Kyle Thomas. Backhander all the way down.
The icing. Nope, waved off.
Will play it. Play will continue. Into the corner. Pushkar. Back over onto the near side. And poked away by Kyle Thomas. Couldn't get the handle on it. And Pushkar has it again. He tries to center it. It rolls in front. Kazola's there. He's dumped off the play. Here's the shot. Hartzell with a great glove save, and he smothers the puck.
Nice save, yep. Kazola got hit from behind, knocked right off the puck. Could have been a penalty on the play, but there wasn't. Utah picked it up, got a pretty good wrist shot from about 25 feet out. Hartzell got a piece of it and then jumped on it for the rebound. That's his best save right there from point blank.
Yeah, Kazola got two-hander right to the back.
Yeah, could have been a penalty on it, especially the offensive chance that the Grizzlies got off the play.
Face off to the left of Hartzell. Hartzell's seen 17 shots, and he's turned away all of them. Into the corner, Will Weber pushes it over to Bobby Shea. Shea gets through some traffic, sends it over, and here's Weber over the blue line, puts it out in front, going to be knocked away. Weber's got it again, now to Cheek, up top of the point, Thompson. That one will find the net behind Farragher.
Yeah, it was deflected high up over the glass. And the whistle will go, bring the face-off just inside the Grizzlies zone as they got a piece of it.
Face-off to the right of Farragher, and it's going to be Trevor Cheek on the assignment, on the face-off. Him and Eric Bradford will do battle. Bradford looks like he's getting talking to by the linesman, and he's going to get booted out of the circle. Coming in is Matthew Aubin. And whistle blows again. I'll see if Cheek's going to get kicked out. Yes, he is.
Yeah. All these linesmen love to have the control.
And here comes Szydlowski to try and win it. Comes down into the corner. Bumps off the glass, and it comes out to the blue line. Komets move it for the Utah Grizzlies, move it out over onto the left side. They bring it into the Comet zone. Here's a centering pass. Backhander save made by Hartzell.
Rebound.
It's all over the place in the blue paint, and Hartzell squeezing the pads and gets a whistle.
3 Comet players right in there helping Hartzell keep everybody away so they couldn't get a whack at it. It gave Hartzell time to grab onto it and get the rebound and control it. Nice play defensively, Comet.
Face off in the Comet zone. Hartzell looking good, as Hartzell had a bad weekend. He got blitzed in Toledo and then hit hard against Quad City. Came in relief Friday night to get the victory, and now looking good here, making 19 saves. Puck is dropped in the corner. Fulmer comes around the near side for Desjardins. Desjardins
penalty, tripping.
Blue line where it's touched up by Utah.
Yeah.
And another call.
Donahue, I think it is, in forechecking on the Comet player, Desjardins, and got the feet right out from underneath him. Threw the tripping penalty. Power play Comets with 16:34 to go, third period here.
Another power play for the Comets. And this will be number 7 on the night for Fort Wayne. Comets 1 for 6 right now. 16:34 to go in the third period. Comets up 3-0. Another opportunity to add to the lead. Zola on the face-off. He's got Cody Stoll back up at the blue line. And it comes down into the corner. Stofflet along the far side, and that's tipped and out of play. So the Comets on the road all this week. Toledo on Tuesday morning, and then a Wednesday night affair with the Cincinnati Cyclones. Home Friday against Kalamazoo, and then back up to Kalamazoo on Saturday night.
Yeah, busy little schedule, 4 games in the week, but it's a good part of the schedule to have just before Christmas, before you get your break.
Cazzola and Aubin to take the face-off. Aubin wins it. And it's sent into the Comet zone. Going to be played with a high stick.
Waved off.
Comets play it. Cody Stoll has got it with 1:46 to go on the power play. Stoll will bring it forward. Comes up along the far side or wraps it around off the glass. Comes down into the corner. And a big pile up as Embach digs it free. Here's Embach, takes a shot. Farragher the save. Cazzola comes back behind the net. Cazzola's got it back to Embach, top of the circle. Cody Stoll winds up. Here's the shot, and Farragher sees it all the way right into the glove.
That's the trick to it. He saw it all the way from the point. Cody wound up as quick as he could. Got up a little high, but nobody could get a stick on it. It was too high, too quick, and the goaltender snatched it out of the air. Still power play, 1:22.
Everybody gets a line change. Trevor Cheek on the face-off circle. Comet still 1 minute and 22 seconds of power play time. Comes up top of the blue line where it splits the defenseman, and it will roll down to Hartzell. Plays it off the end boards. Up along the far side, comes off the boards, and it's controlled by Thomas. Comets bring it forward on the power play. Cross-ice pass. Thomas couldn't handle it as he takes a big hit by Pushkar. Unloads the puck, and Utah is able to get it into the Comet zone. Binkley back behind the net. Binkley forward to the blue line. And here's Garrett Thompson. Couldn't handle it, and it's sent right back into the Comet zone. Here's Binkley picking it up for the Comets. 43 seconds of power play. 7th power play of the night for Fort Wayne is Binkley. Far side to Sean Szydlowski. Szydlowski spins around, gets off some pressure, now stops again. Couldn't get it past the third man. And Utah clears it into the Comet zone. Comes down to Hartzell, and nobody around him but a black jersey. As it was Helgeson coming down, and he will smother the puck and get a whistle. Face off in the Comet zone.
Still 26 seconds power play, line change, and Comets not mustering much up with this power play at this point here, being patient just to run the clock as much as they can and control the play, keep the puck away from their goalie, and wait for a break.
Face off to the right of Hartzell. Eric Bradford wins the face-off, comes up top of the circle. So Bobby Shea looks like he got away with a trip there as it comes into the corner. And now Shea gets a pop from behind. His head snaps back, but he gets back on his feet, and the puck comes out to the right side. Here's Friedmann. Cross-ice pass, and it goes to Mantha. Working it down low and looking for Friedmann. Shea's got it, spins around, and he passes over to Mantha. Touch pass over to Szydlowski. Mantha with a nice move down along the far side. Back over to Szydlowski. Back behind the net. And here is Sid being chased. Comes up along the far boards where Friedmann has got it. We're back to 5-on-5. Bobby Shea with it into the corner. Looking for Mantha.
All even,
connect with him, and we're 5-on-5 as Friedmann chases down the loose puck all the way in his own zone. Friedmann over to Will Weber, pushes it up along the far side, going to come down, and that will be an icing. So we will take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
ERS OCI Wireless is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. ERS OCI Wireless is a Motorola partner in Fort Wayne providing wireless voice and data systems that allow organizations across Indiana to operate their business more efficiently. Reach out to ERS OCI Wireless at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.ers-oci.com.
WOWO AM, WMEE HD2, Fort Wayne.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
We've got 13:45 to go here in the third period. Comets up 3-0. And Utah's got it in their own zone. Back behind the net, it's Taylor Richard. Goes right up the middle of the ice looking for a push car. That's going to come off the board. And that will be an icing. Well, sounds like the snow is coming down outside. Robbie and I will have to clean our cars off. Didn't want to hear that news, but that means it's hockey season, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully it hasn't no frost in the concrete and it hasn't stuck to the road. It can do all it wants to the grass, but hopefully the streets are nice and clear.
Face off will be in the Utah zone to the right of Farragher. Puck is dropped up along the far side. It's Jamie Shasma with a backhander. Goes over to the stick of Kyle Thomas. Thomas on the far side, backhander. Comes to Desjardins. Desjardins tries to stick handle down low. He's cut off by Higbee. And it comes along the near side. Binkley, his shot is missed. Up to Shasma. High slot. Here's a shot. And Farragher makes the save.
Shot from outside again. The Komets get the shot on goal. Thomas takes it. And Farragher makes the save. No rebound on the play as they cover up for him pretty well around the net. 27 shots on goal by the Komets. 4 in this period so far.
Komets went ahead after 2 periods of play, are a perfect 9-0.
Yeah, you get the feeling right now that the Grizzlies are waiting to get a break and get a goal and hopefully get a little bit of a run, but Komets trying to keep control of the play as much as they can.
Shots are 27-20 in favor of the Komets. And the puck is down in the corner. Here's Cheek up top. Here's the shot. Farragher the save.
Nice shot.
Szydlowski getting Farragher moving to his right.
Yeah, Cheek dug it out of the corner, threw it way up in the high slot. Szydlowski cruising around, took it, and got a quick shot on goal. But Farragher made another nice save on it.
Face-off will remain in the Grizzlies zone. Face-off to the left of Farragher. And digging in is going to be Sean Szydlowski. Sid and Bradford. Puck is dropped, comes along the near side and into the corner. Swung all the way around. And here is Auban. Out to the center line where it's batted right back down into the Utah zone. Chasing after it is Sam Wendell. Wendell far side, gives it a look, comes all the way out to center ice up along the far side. Now Utah carries it in. Here's the shot. Hartzell the save. Gets right up and he snatches it out of the air off of his own stick.
Yeah, the shot from off the boards on the wing from the winger real wide. No danger there. Hartzell just intercepts the pass, stops it with his stick. It pops in the air. He grabs onto it. Kill the play. Go back to the faceoffs. 12:33 to go. Line change for the Komets again.
And Auban awaits his opponent in the face-off circle, and it's going to be Mike Cazzola.
Drop the puck, guy.
And it comes to Cody Soul. Soul on the left side, out to Mike Embach. Out to Mantha. Mantha splits the defenders. Comes in on Farragher, and Farragher had to poke it away. Far side, Farragher takes his man off the play, and Utah coming back up the ice. They lost the handle on it, and it's Fulmer to Cody Soul. Soul, look out. Almost had the puck taken right off his stick. Comes along the near side. Komets cannot clear it. Here's a shot on Hartzell, and he makes the stop. Fulmer was right there to help him out, but he got through a couple of sets of legs, and Hartzell had to glove it down.
Yeah, Komets not giving him any chance from a standpoint of giving him a 2-on-1 or any breaks. The defense staying at home right now. The forwards doing the skating, forcing the play. The only play the Grizzlies have got is to throw it to the net. Hope there's a mishandle and a mistake. But right now, Hartzell's handling the puck well. Defense is handling him and helping out.
Face off to the right of Hartzell. In the draws. The puck is dropped, comes back behind the net for Shea. Far side, knocked away. Shea goes back for it, spins around, looking for some room, and he gets it. As he gets it to Will Weber back behind his own net. Now Weber with a nice spin move of his own. Out to Schaffner, goes between his legs, far side, looking for Friedmann. Pushkar steps in front of the play, brings it back up ice. Over the blue line, Komets have numbers as they cross over. And into the corner. Here's Bobby Shea. Pile up in the corner. Shea fishes it out, and the Komets have it. It's Jamie Schaafsma. Komets again, 3-on-2 as they cross over the blue line. Here's Kyle Thomas. Dangles in front. Here's the shot. Berger the save. And Kyle Thomas has it in front. Friedmann with a one-timer. Knocked down. This one goes wide.
Fired again.
Up along the near side. Pushkar puts it forward and into the Komet zone. Dan Milan, far side. Turn it on the Jets. It is Szydlowski. He dangles in front, toe drag, and he avoids a check. Oh, that's Trevor Cheek out to Garrett Thompson. Here's a shot, front, score! Sean Szydlowski.
He's just in the right spot, cruising around, had a stick on the ice. The shot by the goaltender made the save. The puck goes over to Szydlowski, and he just slips it in the open net.
And now the gloves are going to drop. Dan Milan. It's Milan and Travis Howe. And Howe takes Milan down from behind. Gets a pop from behind. And Travis Howe, throws his elbow guard, gets the big boo from the crowd, and he has the seat in the penalty box. And the Komets come over and take Howe's pad and throws it up into the seat. And now here comes Milan. Milan comes into the box. Komets are now up 4-0. Could be a very interesting second half of this third period. But we'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
The Holiday Inn at the Coliseum reminds us that it's not too early to think about your holiday parties and get-togethers. Located across from the Memorial Coliseum, the Holiday Inn has enough space for 300 guests for your event and a highly trained staff to assist you every step of the way. A full-service catering department and 151 guest rooms await you for your next event. Contact Olivia Moore at 260-579-9134 to schedule your party today. The Holiday Inn Coliseum, the official hotel of the Komets. And now, back to Komet Hockey.
Well, Sean Szydlowski gets the goal, and he's also going to get the gate for his troubles, as Szydlowski was the one who shot Howe's elbow pad up into the Memorial Coliseum crowd. So Sean Szydlowski is going to be taking the rest of the night off after scoring his second goal of the game. And Milan and Howe are still chirping at each other down in the penalty box.
Yeah.
So the Komets up 4-0, 11:03 to go here in the third period, and we're still sorting things out.
Szydlowski gets the goal at 8:57, his 11th of the season. We'll have to see who the assists are.
11th of the season, fourth point of the night for number 19, Sean Szydlowski. Assisting on the goal, number 39, Trevor Cheeks. And number 48, Garrett Thompson. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 57 seconds. Komet goal, second of the game, scored by
Thompson getting the assist along with Trevor Cheek, and Sean Szydlowski 4 points on the night, and he looks like also going to get a game misconduct.
Number 24, Travis Howe. Komets number 23, Dan Milan. 5 minutes fighting.
Yeah, that's
time of penalties, 8 minutes, 57 seconds. Utah's 24 Howe, Komets 23 Milan, each 5 minutes fighting. Time of penalties 8:57.
So it looks like Sean Szydlowski's not out.
As they sent him down the hallway. We haven't heard, but they sent him down the hallway, the linesman. So we'll see if there is an announcement on it.
Komets up 4-0 here in the third period. There we go.
Sean Szydlowski, a game misconduct. Time penalty 8 minutes, 57 seconds. Komets 19.
So there's the official word. Szydlowski is out, but here's Desjardins going back to the well for the Komets. Comes down into the corner, and he is cut off before he got through to the goaltender. Here's Cody Soul at the blue line. Comes at the blue line to Desjardins. Dumps it off the boards and goes back behind the net. Icing is the call.
And they will play 5-on-5. The 5-minute fighting each coincidental to each other. Szydlowski gets thrown out for a game misconduct. No penalty to the team on that. So 5-on-5, 10:42 to go. And the most important, we got the fourth goal and have gone ahead 4-0. Szydlowski, 4 points tonight, 2 goals and 2 assists. I guess that's enough for him.
Face off in the Comet zone to the right of Hartzell. And it comes into the corner. Here's Cody Soul. Soul gets pinned up against the glass. Kyle Fulmer comes in to help out, whips it around the boards. Here's the shot, going to go well wide, and comes up along the near side. Desjardins pushes it all the way into the Utah zone. Back over to the far side for Wendell. Puts it in on Hartzell, makes the easy stick save, and he dumps it into the corner. Kyle Fulmer crunches this man in the corner. The puck comes out to the corner, and it's Fulmer with control of it. Off the boards and out to the blue line. Here's Mantha. Over to Desjardins, crossing over the blue line. Dishes out in front to Embach with a shot. Berger makes the save. Into the corner. Devin Mantha fights along the far boards, gets it in deep. Berger has to stop it, and he will send it around along the near side. Back off the boards. And it's controlled by the Grizzlies. Wendell up along the left side, tries to get around Cazzola. Cazzola cuts him off. Bobby Shea's got the puck, comes high off the glass, and here's Will Weber. Weber comes off the board, takes a hit as he unloads the puck. Comes all the way down into the Utah zone, back behind the net. Stofflet, far side. And now Pushkar. Cross-ice pass comes off the boards. Cody Soul back on D for the Komets. Cross-ice pass to Binkley, up along the near wall. He's got Kyle Thomas. Thomas gets spun around, gives up the puck to Binkley. Now back out to center ice to Cazzola. Cazzola flips it forward, has Thomas. Here's the shot, comes off the side of the net, up along the far boards as the puck ricochets all the way up top of the blue line. Binkley at the center line, going to be played with a high stick there, and there's the whistle.
Binkley, nice play to stay back at home, intercepted the puck at center ice, flipped the puck over to the far side and got knocked out of the air. That forced the whistle.
And we got a timeout on the ice, so we'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
We've got 8:48 to go in the third period. Comets up 4-0 as the season series between them and Utah will conclude here tonight as Utah looking for their first goal. As the puck rolls forward into the Comet zone, it's golfed in. Kyle Fulmer goes in for it to Bobby Shea up along the near side. It touch pass by Garrett Thompson up top of the blue line, controlled by Utah. Up along the left side, here's a shot. Save made by Hartzell. Got the left leg out in time. Here's another shot return. Rebound in front. Banned on into the corner. That was Cartier with the chance. Up along the near side and all the way down. Banwell's got it for Utah. Up along the near wing, brings it in. Carrier over the blue line, sends it over to Helgeson, intercepted by Embach. And a backhander all the way out of the zone. Shots are 32-23 in favor of the Komets. Under 8 minutes to go. Allban will push it into the Komet zone. Here's Binkley. Wheels it around, looking for Desjardins, but here's a shot from the far side, and it's on the near side. It's going to be caught by Hartzell up top of the blue line. Controlled by Utah. Here's the shot. That one goes wide.
It's the net on that one.
Kudemi with the opportunity. Now here's Hartzell wandering out of the net.
Get in that net, you.
Comes out in front, and it's going to be Mike Embach floating it forward. Comes down to the net. Here's Desjardins with a shot. Oh, Farragher was kind of stuck. Didn't know whether to play it or not. And Desjardins got there first, and he just missed it high. Back comes Utah, 3-on-2 break. Here's a shot, and Hartzell ducks it right into the crest of his jersey and gets a whistle.
Yeah, opening up a little bit right now, and that's what the Grizzlies want to do. Gets a couple of scoring chances. They pumped a couple more shots on goal. 9 so far in this period. The Komets have had 9, so they've both been shooting at each other pretty good. The Komets with the 1 goal, and Szydlowski got that at 8:57. His 11th of the season from Cheeks and Thompson.
Face off in the Komet zone. And Eric Higbee wearing number 62 in the face-off circle. And it's going to be Cazzola. Higbee wins it clean. Link up top to the blue line. Here's Daly with the shot. That goes wide. Shaftsma on the other end gives it a whack, and it clears the zone. Daly will reach back for Utah.
It's blocked.
Send it all the way up. It's going to be blocked. Yep, now it's going to come in on Hartzell. He will stop it.
Move it to the side.
And he will move it. It goes up along the wall. It's knocked down by Daly. Utah offsides as the puck rolls to Cody Soule. Far side flipped into the Utah zone all the way here on the near corner. Here's Daly picking it up. 6:36 to go in the game. Komets up by 4.
Ow.
Here's a shot that's knocked down on the left side by McGinnis. Now he picks up the puck. Cross-ice pass as he gave it up to Pushkar. And out of the zone. Puck now resting right at the blue line. Komets get it free. And back out to the center line. It's picked up by Garrett Thompson. Thompson pushed off the play. And it comes to the Grizzlies in their own zone. Richard over to Banwell. Banwell sets it up. Comes all the way in to the zone. And it's Will Weber over to Bobby Shea. Nice puck movement here by the Komets as they move it all the way out of the zone. Backhanded into the zone by Cheek. And here on the near side to Banwell. Back up top, Helgeson. And Helgeson has got it at the blue line. Backhander plays it ahead up along the far side. Here's the shot. Rister. Hartzell's got it. Thought about keeping the play alive, but he will move it ahead and just get the whistle.
I don't know if he has a goaltender coach or not, but if I was a goaltender coach, I'd be telling him his job is to stop the puck, not try to score goals or lift the puck out of your own zone. He's getting a little too frisky back there, handling the puck and trying to flip it up. So.
And the first period, Hartzell got a little wacky with the puck trying to clear it, and
got a big break on that one.
And it hit a forward right in front for Utah, almost rolled in. I think it was Cody Soule had to come back and play goaltender for a moment.
But when your confidence is up, you like to play with the puck, that's fine. Just don't make a mistake with it.
5:47 to go in the third. Face off in the Komet zone along the far side. Binkley comes out over onto the near wing where it is picked up by Cody Soule. Soule got it intercepted, and it's a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Shot, save made. Utah with an opportunity, but Hartzell snuffs it out. Banwell with another return shot that goes off the shoulder of Cody Soule. Soule plays it off the end boards into the corner. Desjardins. Now back in the corner, back behind the net. It's Helgeson. Centers it, has a man. It's shot, and a save made. And Mantha skates free with it. Got a man over on the right side. It's Mike Embach, but Mantha's going to bring it in deep. Comes it out in front of the net. Helgeson is there. Carrier has it for Utah. Stands at his own blue line with 5 minutes to play. Carrier brings it up ice. Backhander on Hartzell, and Hartzell took your advice, Robbie. We'll just stop it and get a whistle.
Yeah, what I think he should handle puck. A play like that, he takes it to his backhand, goes around the net with it, throws it around the boards, and that's the safe play. But other than holding on to it, that's about the only other play he had if he hadn't done it quickly.
The Sport One Parkview Ice House is proud to be the official practice facility of the Fort Wayne Komets. Located on Iceway across from Glenbrook Commons, the Ice House is Fort Wayne's home for hockey. It's never too late to learn how to skate. Sport One Parkview Ice House offers programs to ages 3 and up. Visit icesports.com/Fort Wayne to see a list of upcoming Learn to Skate classes. Under 5 to play here at the Coliseum. It's been a good one. Komets up 4-0. But Utah looking to get on the board here in the late Later half of this third period, Will Weber has got the puck back behind the net. Plays it up along the far boards. Nice touch pass over to Kyle Thomas. Thomas looking to put it in front of the net. Cazzola wrapped up on the play. Into the corner we come. Up top, here's Kyle Thomas. Rolls off of his stick, top of the circle. Thomas goes down low. Oh, look at this. Bobby Shea gets taken hard off the play. Oh, and he dropped with one punch.
Yeah.
Auban was all over Bobby Shea. Shea popped right up and he drilled him.
But I don't think he knew who he was fighting or getting involved with. But when he got involved with him, it didn't take Shea long to one-time him. And that was it. Shea's looking around. Where's the referee? I need help.
Bobby Shea, we all know, has got that really small fuse. We've seen it a couple times this year. It cost him 3 games in Utah, but I don't think this one was pretty understandable. As Auban jumped in, he came up, and Bobby Shea with one right hand just dropped him.
Yeah, he's trying to explain to I didn't do anything. What are you doing?
I think Shea's pointing at the scoreboard saying, hey, a 4-0 guy. So Bobby Shea in the box. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Here it is here.
One shot.
Trust the doctors at IPFW Athletics and the Fort Wayne Komets Trust. Aaron Chiropractic is well known for providing quality yet cost-effective care for sports injuries, muscle, and joint problems. They're one of the only clinics in the region to provide its patients with pain relief utilizing numerous therapies, including acupuncture, massage, and rehabilitation. Aaron Chiropractic is conveniently located in Northeast Fort Wayne. Find us on the web at aaronchiro.com or call 492-8811 to schedule an appointment.
You're listening to Comet Hockey.
So double minors, 4 minutes roughing for Bobby Shea and Auban. So those will cancel out.
And 5-on-5.
That's what we've got out there. 4-0 Comets. And Utah's got the puck with 4:20 to go in the game. They bring it into the Comet zone, and it's going to be Hartzell trying to play it. He pokes it into the corner. Zola goes in after it. He's met there by Pushkar. Now Dan Milan back behind the net. And it's Kyle Thomas here on the right side. Moves it forward to Cazzola. Cazzola over the blue line. Cazzola now hooked up near the chest area, looking for a penalty. Here's the shot on Faragher. Makes the save.
Yeah, it may have been around the chest, but it wasn't in the face. It was awful close, and the referee was sort of on the far side. I didn't see the angle, but no harm done. Puck's dumped in. We get the whistle, and everybody's sort of looking at everybody right now.
Sean Szydlowski, 4 points tonight, 2 goals and 2 assists, and he also got a game misconduct earlier in this third period.
Yeah.
So the fans are on everybody down here. A lot of chirping, so last 3:55 could be interesting.
Well, they got Cody Soul on the ice, and they're wondering if they can get that stirred up again.
Cody Soul off the boards. Down low in the corner, we got a pileup in the Utah zone. Up along the near side, Helgeson. Out to Richard and into the Comet zone. Far side, they push forward. Here's the shot that goes wide. Comes up top to the blue line. Controlled by Tim Daly. Here's a shot. It goes wide again. Back behind the net. Here's Fulmer. Whips it around. Up to Friedmann. Touch pass. And coming up along the far side. Here's Trevor Cheek. Cheek, one man to beat. Oh, they're offside. Garrett
made
Thompson.
A nice move with the blue line, but it put himself offside a little bit with a zigzag there. And that'll force the face-off outside the blue line again.
Garrett Thompson, the first one over there. So the face-off come outside of the Utah zone.
Yeah, I think they had Howe on the ice. He's the one that had the last fight with one of the Comet players, Milan. Yeah. And, of course, Cody was on the ice, so they're wanting to try to talk him into getting those two together again.
3:24 to go in the game. Comets up 4-0. Utah's got the puck in their own zone. Here's Banwell. Brings it all the way into the Comet zone. Into the corner. Milan over to Embach. Embach out in front of his own net has Binkley. Binkley got a man strapped all over him, and he lost the puck. We got a penalty called. And Binkley is going to get a call here.
It's going to be hooking.
Here comes Farragher. And it's touched up in front. Here's a shot, and they score. And look at Will Weber.
There we go.
And here we go. Weber just creamed.
Yeah, the man that popped the puck in the net. Then all of a sudden the defenseman from the point, Windle, he come charging in and nailed them. And they're scrapping behind the net right now, Weber and Windle.
He creamed Kudemi, the one who scored the goal. And now we got a fight behind the Comet net. 2:58 to go. The shutout has been ruined on a delayed call. And Will Weber goes off with helmet in hand. So 2:58 to go, and let's see if we can have a calm final 2:58. I don't think it's going to happen.
I think that's going to happen.
Because everybody chirping at each other. Szydlowski got the boot earlier in the period. And now we got a goal, and we got some penalties going to be handed out. So we'll take a break when all this gets sorted out. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-cent sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Well, maybe since these two teams aren't going to see each other the rest of the season, they're going to get all this out of the way. Well, they're like, we're not going to see each other. We might as well mix things up.
Yeah, and a team that's lost the last 7 games, their coach is on them all the time about, giving it 100%, keep working hard, and don't get pushed around. And at times, this team sort of backs off a little bit, and before you know it, they get themselves behind the 8 ball like they are right now, and the only thing they got left is a little bit of scrapping in them.
4-1 is the score, and we'll still sorting things out on the ice as we should have some penalties and the official word on the goal. Our referee is coming over and talking to the Utah bench. Comets back at it on Tuesday, just a day of rest, and it's a morning game in Toledo. 10:35 is the start, and you can hear that on ESPN Radio 1380. And then it's back in Cincinnati on the 7th. It will be 7:35 start against the Cyclones.
Carrier. Assisting on the goal, number 3, Sam Windle, and number 19, Eric Bradford. Time to goal, 17 minutes, 2 seconds. Utah goal scored by 17, Carrier. Assist 3, Windle, and 19, Bradford at 17:02. Here are the penalties. For Utah's number 3, Sam Windle, 2 minutes instigation, 5 minutes fighting, and a game misconduct. For the Comets, number 29, Will Weber, 2 minutes roughing, 5 minutes fighting. Times penalties, 17 minutes, 2 seconds. Utah's 3, Windle.
So Windle gets the gate.
Yeah.
So that evens up game misconducts anyway.
Yeah, 5-on-5 again.
Also got a game misconduct, but we'll be 5-on-5. Let's see if we stay that way for the next 2 minutes and 57 seconds. It is 4-1. Comets with the lead, and the puck comes down to the Utah zone. Comes back behind the net up along the far side. And it's gathered up by Pushkar. Pushkar flips it in. And here is Dan Milan. Milan has a man strapped to his back. It's Higbee. And now a tie-up in the corner. Everybody down there. And Utah's got it. Centering pass intercepted by Kyle Thomas. Thomas got it up along the far side. They carry it in. Here's Schaffner with a shot in front. Cazzola just missed it wide. Erriger got a shot, got a piece of it. Comes up top of the blue line. Here is Howe. Going to flip it into the corner. And Howe takes the puck, but it's taken right back by Garrett Thompson over on the far side. Coming up to the blue line, rolling around. And offsides is the call as Howe throws it in on Hartzell, hits the end boards, but the whistle blows, and that shot won't count.
Face-off will come outside the blue line. 1:59 to go in the period and the game. 4-1 Comets.
Shots are 33 to 28.
Yeah, we're getting close to our 40-shot mark.
Comets averaging 34.7 shots per game. Utah almost identical, 34.1. So Komets right at their average with 33. And the face-off in the neutral zone. Shavsma goes backwards to Fulmer. And now it's Desjardins' turn with it. Desjardins at the blue line, cuts it back to the middle of the ice, flips it in, comes onto the far corner, and it's picked up by Richard up the far side. And out to the blue line, skips all the way down. Komets have it. Here's Binkley. And out to center ice, and rolls off the stick of Cheek. And it's Fulmer over the blue line. Over on the far side, here's Desjardins, goes back up top of the point. Oh, Fulmer is kind of go for a line change. He goes behind him. Now Fulmer will stay on the ice. And it comes over to Cody Stoll. Stoll off the boards. That's going to come down, going to hit the end boards, and that will be an icing call.
That'll bring the face-off all the way back in the Komet zone. Line change for everybody. Fresh troops. 1:16 to go. Crowd still into it. Want to see another scrap, I would imagine. So
nobody leaving early tonight. No. Face-off to the right of Hartzell with 1:16 to go. And the puck is dropped. Comes up top of the circle. Garrett Thompson throws it all the way down. And Stofflet will play it for Utah. Comes down into the corner. Garrett Thompson greets him there. And now down in the corner, Stofflet and Mantha. Now it's to Tim Daly.
Last minute.
On the far side. 60 seconds to go. Mike Embach takes the puck away. Mantha gets it in deep into the Utah zone. Back behind the net. And Utah plays it forward. It's just going to creep into the neutral zone here on the near side. Now Garrett Thompson gathers it up, and he gives it up to Cody Stoll. Stoll back behind the net with 40 seconds to play. Takes his time. Let's watch the clock tick down. Now he's going to get some pressure, and he takes a hack from Carrier up along the far side. Going to come all the way down. No icing on the play.
There they go again.
And here we go. Carrier and Stoll, they're not done yet. Their second time they dropped the gloves tonight.
Yeah, Carrier whacked Stoll as he come around the net, and then Cody went back at him with a cross check. And now they got a hold of each other again, and pretty well the same thing. Cody's got the reach on him, and as long as he doesn't fall, he's going to have the strength.
Couple of uppercuts. Now he goes to the back of the head. Now the helmet comes off of Carrier. Now Cody Stoll got the left in there, 2 lefts. Still got a hold of the jersey. That mane flowing in the wind, takes a big hack. Carrier brings him down to the ice.
Yeah, they roll over and fall. Nobody breaks it up, and that's it. Linesman. But the 2 big guys went at it again. We figured that. So,
yeah, Carrier tried to bait Stoll into a rematch, and it worked. As he hacks Stoll as he unloads the puck along the far side. And it takes it down to 24 seconds to go in the third period. 4-1 is the score. Komets with the lead, and we should have just canceling out 5-minute majors here, I think.
Well, that's the least of it. It's who's next.
Now Cody Stoll's going to get an extra 2.
Well, they must have saw him give him the cross check because they didn't see
Carrier with
a slash. He slashed Cody coming around the net, and that there got Cody going, and he went and gave him a pretty good cross check on the shoulder.
Checking, 5 minutes fighting.
Yep, that's the cross check. So
yeah, he missed the slashing call.
Komets skate a man down here for the last 24 seconds.
Face off in the Komet zone, 24 seconds to go.
And the puck is dropped into the corner. Here's Binkley. Ends it up against the glass. We got a mashup down in the corner. Daly comes free with it, or Auban rather with it. Comes up along the far side. Utah on a power play here. Just 13 seconds to go. Here's the shot. That goes wide on the near side. Higbee keeps it into the corner. Out to Milan, back behind the net. Fulmer whips it around up to the blue line. Cross-ice pass. Higbee with the shot. They score with 0.1 seconds to go. Oh, that's a bad one to give up, but you got a 3-goal cushion. Hartzell not happy with himself, but 0.1 second, not even a full second, just a tenth of a second.
It's something on the clock, and that's all it takes. They moved the puck around patiently that time. Utah took the shot, and Hartzell was screened, got him on the stick side, and they get it down to 4-2.
Well, Hartzell not happy with himself, but he's got to be careful not to take that into the next game. 4-2 is the score. We'll come out to center ice. Hartzell down there. You can tell he's saying some pretty choice words to himself. But the puck is dropped in center ice, and that will do it. Komets get the victory in a penalty-filled night here at the Coliseum. 4-2 is the win. It's now 2 straight for the Komets as we head to Toledo. And we know what the Walleye are going to bring Tuesday. So it's a good thing that we kind of got all riled up here tonight. We got all that energy going into a Tuesday skate with Toledo.
Well, that's 2 games in a row. That's the number one positive thing. The number one, too bad we only play them once. I'd like to play them about 6 or 7 times. Number one, there's fans that enjoy the scraps and everything, and I think we're a much better hockey team than them. The score does not indicate it. We end up winning it 4-2, but it should have at least been 4-0 or 5-something. As the Komets outshoot them 33-29, they were outshot 13-10 in the third period, but I think the Komets were playing the clock a little bit, trying to control the puck, not give it away, not make any mistakes, and not have any 2-on-1s or 3-on-1s on them. So they did a pretty good job of that. Unfortunately, late in the game at 17:02, Carrier gets a goal from a scramble inside. It was on a delay penalty, and they had the extra attacker on the ice. And then, of course, at 19:59, they get the last goal, and that's the one that ends it all right there. But good win, 4-2, pretty well, 3 solid periods all the way through. They controlled the play, did what they wanted. Penalties keep mounting up, and that's not something Gary Graham's happy about.
But this is a different team with Bobby Shea out there, just leading the point out there, and the passes were so crisp tonight, and Bobby Shea a big reason for that.
Yeah, he helps on the power play, and he moves the puck around, and I think the younger defensemen are happy to see him out there with the fact that as he moves the puck, they move out, they get in position, they watch what he does. They move the puck quickly, they move the puck side to side, use the whole ice surface, which I was impressed with tonight, and they had the Grizzlies chasing them pretty well all night long.
4-2 is your final. Komets get the victory. Post-game show coming up. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Life can be unpredictable. One minute everything's fine, and the next you have a kid with a fever and it's already past 5. That's when you need Parkview First Care. We have extended hours, including evenings and weekends, convenient locations, and Parkview Physicians Group providers to make your whole family feel better. When you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG community of care. Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Aaron's has some really great news. Aaron's is offering 120 days same as cash. That's right, and here's how it works. Sign a new lease agreement and you have a full 4 months, 120 days to pay Aaron's everyday low price. They even offer a 20% instant rebate if you purchase outright. 120 days same as cash. Not bad, huh? Just stop by or call to learn more. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And nobody beats Aaron's. Nobody.
Save on gasoline and get free Komet Hockey tickets. Get a Marathon Visa card at any Marathon station and earn up to 25 cents per gallon rebate. Also, pick up a Komets fill-up card and earn a buy one, get one free ticket offer to any Friday night regular season home game. At Marathon, you can earn a 25 cents per gallon savings on gas and a free game ticket. Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
We all have our mountains. The challenge is that push us further. At Coors Light, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. That's why all of our breweries cold lager to give Coors Light its signature crisp taste. It's why we cold filter to ensure brilliance and clarity. And it's why we package cold to seal in Coors Light's refreshing flavor. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Welcome to the Komet Hockey postgame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Wrapping things up here from the Coliseum on Meyer Family Night. Everybody out on the ice enjoying an after-game skate. And the Komets with a victory here tonight on Sweetwater Ice by a score of 4-2 over the Utah Grizzlies. Komets and Utah will not see each other again in the regular season. This wraps up the season series between the two teams. And the Komets get the victory in a fun one. Old-time hockey being played here at the Coliseum. Taking a look at the scoring, what happened tonight. David Friedmann got us going in the first period at the 6:22 mark, his fifth of the season. Szydlowski and Mantha the assist. And then Szydlowski on the first penalty shot of the year for the Komets. It came short-handed at 53 seconds of the second period. Komets get another one in the second. Trevor Cheek his fifth. Szydlowski and Jason Binkley the assist, and it was on the power play. And then Szydlowski with another goal, his 11th of the season at 8:57. Garrett Thompson and Cheek the assist. And then Utah with 2 goals in the third. It was Carrier, his first of the season at 17:02. That broke up the shutout for Eric Hartzell. Wendell and Bradford the assist. And then Higbee at the 19:59 mark of the third period, his 7th. Rich Hart the assist, and it was on the power play. Ryan Farriger for Utah saw 33 shots, made 29 saves, 4 goals against. Eric Hartzell, nice comeback for Hartzell after getting roughed up last weekend and coming in relief on Friday, getting the win. He gets the win here tonight. 29 shots, 27 saves. Lots of penalties. Utah 1 for 5 on the power play. Komets 1 for 7. 50 minutes of penalties handed out to Utah tonight on 15 infractions. The Komets right behind them with 48 minutes on 14 infractions, including a game misconduct to Szydlowski. So Szydlowski, what a game for him. 2 goals, 2 assists, and a game misconduct. But most importantly, the Komets get the victory 4-2. And they've got a 2-game winning streak as we head to Toledo on Tuesday for a Tuesday morning showdown with the Walleye. 10:35 is the start time on ESPN Radio 1380. 4-2, final score. We'll be back with our Ruoff Home Mortgage Great Name to Know Player of the Game. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Napa know-how.
Napa Proformer Beam wiper blades are now up to $6 off when you buy a pair. So when it rains or snows cats and dogs, you're ready. Not literally cats and dogs. No wiper blade in the world can handle that. But Proformer Beam wiper blades, now up to $6 off when you buy a pair, can literally handle rain and snow. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 12/31/16.
When it comes to wings, everyone knows size does matter, and no one knows it better than Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Wings Etc. has the biggest, meatiest, award-winning jumbo wings in town. Choose from 19 signature wing sauces, including our crazy hot habanero wall sauce. If you love wings and a whole menu of great food and kids' meal options, come to Wings Etc. for lunch, dinner, carry-out, and to watch your favorite sports all year long. Wings Etc. Good food, great times. Find all of our Fort Wayne area locations at wingsetc.com. Go Colts!
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Fort Wayne's newest Northside Sports Bar is your place to see the big games, including pro and college. Doozy Sports Bar and Grill next to Red River Steakhouse has become a fan favorite to see the best sports events with their incredible food and drink specials and wall-to-wall big flat screen TVs. Open daily 11 to 11 or later for the big games. Doozy's has daily lunch specials and is always the place to come out and watch the games. Doozy's next to Red River Steakhouse, just off I-69 at Coldwater Road in Washington Center.
Welcome to the Komet Hockey postgame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Wrapping things up here from the Coliseum, where the Komets get a big win, 4-2 against the Utah Grizzlies. And our Ruoff Home Mortgage great need to know player of the game is Sean Szydlowski. 2 goals tonight, 2 assists, and a game misconduct. And that's what makes him tonight's Ruoff Home Mortgage great need to know player of the game, with 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points on the evening. It's Sean Szydlowski. And a great name to know for your next home mortgage is Ruoff Home Mortgage. Well, that'll wrap things up here from the Coliseum. Again, 4-2 is the final score. Komets with the win on a 2-game winning streak. And let's take that right into Toledo on Tuesday morning, 10:35 start time, 10:35 a.m. And you can hear that game over on ESPN Radio, 1380. That'll do it. 4-2 is the final score. Komets with the win. I've been your play-by-play announcer, Shane Alvarani, and you've been listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
WOWOAM, WMEE, HD2,
Fort Wayne. You've been listening to exciting Fort Wayne Komet Hockey. Catch all the action all season long right here on WOWO Radio.
We now rejoin you to regular programming already in